tonight. Thanks to all of you guys who want to come hang out, do a little earnings preview, talk about some forced share recalls. We're going to have a good time tonight. How was everybody's weekend? Let's see. Oh, shout out to Rick. Rick, thank you so much for becoming a member. So just quickly, membership program. Don't join it if you don't want to. It's basically just for me and TMI to announce to you guys the important things that we have that we're working on in the background. So once those are ready to be released, that's where we're going to start putting them out. So if you want to know what's going on first, that's mainly the only point for it. But if you don't want to join, perfectly fine. And if you just want to hang out, what's up, Sean? Tweet, we want Yellen the thief in the same jail as Kenny. Ooh, Janet came into some trouble this weekend, huh? For donating to Kenny. That's what it was, right? I'd have to take a look at that again. It looked like it had to do like, It only took 2 days to transfer my sole AMC shares to Fidelity from Robinhood. Yeah, they have said in the past that it does take like a week or two in terms of like business days, but I've heard people doing it in 2 days, just like you've said right there. Sean says, if I'm a member with STV, does that make me a member with TMI? Sean, it does not. It's YouTube specific. Can you explain and also let us know about this odd lot ordering I've heard about? Heard it's another way to keep AMC low. John, so what I've seen about the odd lots is essentially what happens is that when the little orders, like smaller, not in like anything under 100 is what I've seen, it will go into like a basket, if that makes sense. So they'll hold the order, they'll form like a big wholesale order and then send it out. So that's what I've seen on it so far, but I'd have to take a deeper look into that. What's up, everybody? Thanks to everybody that wants to come hang out. You guys are all awesome. Bunch of future millionaires. Took me 2 days to transfer from Robinhood to Fidelity as well. Yeah, I think they have to say that it could take a little bit longer. But yeah, I've heard people doing it in 2 days. So if you're worried about missing the squeeze, there's two ways to think about that transfer situation. My thoughts are on if you're going to leave it at one of those kinds of brokerages like a Robinhood, if it ends up happening that Robinhood or any one of these other brokerages turn off the ability to buy, it's still going to have an effect on the share price. So even if you're at a broker that is like, it is not going to turn off the buy button, then the share price is still going to get affected. The only thing is like the whole payment for order flow dark pool situation where you can directly route your orders to the exchange on these different platforms. And you can't do that on Webull. Oh, what's up, Vegas? Can you guys look into AMC C bonds? Powder, we could try. Let's see. Yeah, so we're going to do a little bit of a forced share recall type of stuff because that really started to circulate again. Like if you guys have been watching my stuff for a while, in the end of May, I think, beginning of June and throughout June, we were talking about those forced share recalls, the utilization factor, and what happens in those forced share recall situations and how they play out. But there was a couple of tweets sent out. A lot of people were confused. So that's why I made that video today. But I think if we're able to stay here and you guys can ask questions and I'll answer them for you, I think everybody will be a little bit better off. Dan says, hey, STVs, thanks for streaming. Hear much about Ethereum's? I have not really heard. I did hear something. I think this was from TMI about like a bunch of Ethereum being transferred into the supposed GameStop wallet. So in the numbers we're checking out. But again, I haven't taken a deep look into that. Thought only lenders can do a share recall. That's true. They should get all brokers who trade AMC, foreign and domestic, to give a tally of AMC shares held by their clients at the end of a given Friday trading day. So T. Roy, they kind of already did that during the vote. Like when the proxy companies run the vote, like the brokers are giving them the information. Like they know how many votes they're supposed to be getting in. But if the proxy company receives more votes than they're supposed to, then they'll just trim off the top. And then that came from directly from Wes Christian. If I had $20,000, what would I put it in? AMC or GameStop? That sounds like a financial advice question. Can these hedgies stay in their short positions indefinitely if they don't do anything to trigger a margin call? Chris, they can stay in their position as long as they can maintain the liquidity requirements and their broker is enforcing those. So it's really hard to know if the different like prime brokers or any of these other institutions are enforcing these margin requirements. We don't know. Um, love seeing you all together. 100% will be in the movie. You rock. I mean, I don't know, Sarah. We might be in the movie, might not. I don't. I've talked to the documentary guys a couple of times. They're really cool people. They won't investigate. I'm guessing they already are right now. Because you have to think about this. Everybody gives the SEC a lot of hate for like not doing anything. But at the same time, you want the SEC to take a really long time with this because it's going to take them a while to build a bulletproof case. If the SEC came out and said, "Hey, we spent a week looking into this and now we're bringing a case," you'd be like, "Oh, no, 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 no. What's going on there?" Yeah, there's definitely more information because it took us like 6, 7, 8 months to figure out like the really deep depths of this situation. Ho ho, what's up, Loco? Let's see. So they know how many shares everybody owns months ago, but yet nothing has happened besides more shorting. Who? What's up, Eric? Cheeks, thank you so much for the super chat. Beating Citadel is going to be like beating Thanos. I think I would agree, but also at the same time, when you think about this situation as a whole, Citadel's kind of been labeled the big bad guy. Now, their market making activities definitely not great for the entire market, but we don't know for sure if they're wildly over leveraged on an AMC short position on their hedge fund side. We don't know. That's the kind of the whole point for the whole push towards more market transparency because they don't have to report short positions. Rocket, thank you so much for the for the super chat. Serious question. What's a penny liquor? Rocket, you're gonna have to ask my mods about that. So let's start getting into this forced share recall stuff. I got to pull up one thing first. So we have to kind of get a decent understanding of like how securities lending works. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. So I'm pretty sure everybody kind of understands how shorting works right now, what the mechanisms are for it. Like if there's an institution, they loan out shares to a hedge fund and then they short those shares. So there's like a loan agreement. The hedge fund that is, or another institution that's taking those shares has to pay a borrow fee rate in terms of interest on that loan share. Then they sell the share, they keep the profit, and then hopefully the stock goes down in the future so they can buy it back at a lower price and make the spread minus the cost to borrow. So here's something that I don't think a lot of people understand. Lenders can recall their securities. This is from BNY Mellon. This is one of the things we talked about today. So lenders can recall their securities whenever they want for whatever reason they want, and they do not have to provide an explanation. All they need to do is ensure the request is made in good time so that we do not interrupt their investment life cycle. So when you're thinking about this, any of these large prime brokerage operations can just go to one of these hedge funds as long as it doesn't interrupt the investment life cycle, whatever they mean by that. They can just say, "Hey, we need our stuff back. It's too risky. We need it back." And we kind of started to see that in June with Bank of America. I think Citi was one of them. Jeffries. There were a couple of others that turned off the ability to short AMC, but some of those are large prime brokerage operations. So when we saw them turn off the ability to short, most likely we saw one of those forced share recalls. Now, what key point about the forced share recall is it has nothing to do with AMC as the company. Adam Aaron can't come out and request a forced share recall. It just doesn't work like that. The people that can request the forced share recall are the individuals or institutions that have loaned out their shares because it's like a little contract between them. They're like, "Yep, I will loan you this, you will pay me this, and at a future date, you're going to give it back to me." So let me see where the next place. Okay, so then there's this article or research report from a University of Notre Dame professor. So when we look at this, where is it? Right here. Might be a little bit higher up. Hold up. Where'd it go? All right, right here. So this professor is saying for easily borrowed stocks, meaning that it's easy to get shares, there's no scarcity aspect involved. There's like a plethora of shares that you can put out on loan. So the utilization would be low in that case. I estimate that a forced share recall occurs about once in 8 years. That is a very long time. But for stocks with a utilization above 75%, forced recalls occur about once every 26 days. Or you can interpret that as there's a 1 in 26 chance every single day that there's a forced share recall happening. So the utilization for AMC right here, 92.39. This is why I've been talking so much. Yeah, I am really 6'2". So this is why I've been talking so much about utilization, because as utilization goes up, the shares for AMC to get loaned out become increasingly harder to borrow because there's less of them, meaning that the cost to borrow rates go up and there's a higher probability for a forced share recall. Now, when we look at the utilization right here, this is April, came down here. So we're going to pair this up with the chart, but when we look right here, May 27th, utilization is in the 99% range. And then all of a sudden it drops deep to 77.74. Still above 75%, but still very high. Now, what happened on May 27th through June 11th? Let's go to the chart. May 27th started the big boom boom candles. And then I think June 11th was the other date. Right here. Right around here. So this was the process of some of those shorts potentially covering and a lot of those shares being returned. Mr. Shawno, thank you so much for the super chat. Gold and silver tanking signal or for impending market crash. So for gold and silver, typically people would go into those types of assets for like an inflation play because they want to preserve their buying power. So in order to preserve your buying power, you need something that is going to increase with inflation as the dollar decreases in value. Let's see. Also, if you guys would like to follow me on Instagram, I will pin it to the top. Let's see. Unless it's illegal trading, how do you stop share lending on Robinhood? So, one, in order for your shares to be loaned out, you have to be in a margin account. And then two, I think it has to do with Robinhood Gold. You have to like turn off Robinhood Gold, but I'm not on Robinhood, so I'm not an expert at this. Just quick Google search, you should be able to find it, if that makes sense. Let's see. Silver and gold went down to make the dollar stronger. So the whole thing about the dollar right now is that since the Fed has printed so much money and inflation is getting higher than expected, most likely inflation is going to run until the Fed needs to raise interest rates because rates are basically zero right now. And in order to control inflation, the one thing that the Fed can do is raise rates. So what happens when the Fed raises rates? Market typically corrects. So maybe hedgies are liquidating precious metal positions in order to cover shorts. Maybe, but at the same time, the only times you're really gonna know if like a institution, in my opinion, is like liquidating is when they come out and say that they're expecting a significant drop. Or like Goldman Sachs just told us flat out in their Q2 earnings report. They were like, hey, we sold 25% of all of our equity position. All of like 25%. And they sold it to retail. So what the little dynamic that's happening now is that a lot of these institutions want the market to keep going up for the foreseeable future because they need to keep sentiment going in the market. If they can keep the sentiment in the market, retail will continuously supply the bid at a higher price. And what that enables them to do is sell to retail. Does that make sense? So what happens is that if the market really starts to come down in retail pulls, the retail is selling now too with everybody else. These larger institutions are gonna have to dump a lot of their positions because one, we know everybody is over leveraged right now because of the 900 billion margin debt, and they're not gonna have anybody to sell it to. Like if all the institutions have the same idea, they're not gonna be able to dump their positions quick enough. Any thoughts on the numbers for Timothy B's question? I'm very encouraged by them. Hope to get well over 70 million shares represented before the deadline. That is coming fast. Everyone vote ASAP. So yeah, let's pull that up. I think we're pretty close. Yeah, so right now we're at 67.9. Let's see right here. So right now with the vote, we're at 67.9 million shares with 63,600 votes. Gaming, thank you so much for the super chat. New ape and want to know how do I set my sale price on the Fidelity app, or how does it work because hedge funds will go bankrupt and 10 mil is now possible. Look at GME. So gaming, what you really need to look at is just how your brokerage platform functions. So when the stock is going up and you want to sell, you want to make sure you know the correct keystrokes to hit in order to sell. So maybe try to buy another stock and just sell it and just practice, or open a paper trading account and figure out how your platform works. So hopefully that was able to answer your question. Voting closed. So on Say it says 21 hours left. Yeah, I mean, right here it does say 21 hours left. So maybe it's closed right now. I'm not necessarily sure. If you guys can show me something that says it's closed. STV, serious question. How can shares be available every day, yet there's also FTDs on days? How can the brokers not find shares, but still shares available to borrow? I mean, they're getting more shares, mainly from one, probably other institutions, and two, new retail investors that are getting into the stock that don't know to turn share lending off. Now that may not account for a significant amount of shares, but it's enough. And there's a flow of the short positions, if this makes sense. So all of the shorts that are in AMC right now haven't necessarily been in forever, even though when we look at the average days on loan right here is at about 41 and a half days. Timothy B is in here. That would be wild. Timothy B, if you're in here and you're the real Timothy B, that would be insane. So, like, yeah, when we look at this, the average age of a short position, or the average length that a share has been on loan, let's see, where is it? 41 days. So yeah, the average is very high. But at the same time, there are shorts coming in and out. Like not all 101 million shares on loan have been on loan since 41 days ago. Like they're getting loaned out, they're coming back in, and they're also finding new shares. Timmy B says it's not me, guys. Darn. What's up, mods? How are we doing tonight? And then we also have to go over AMC's earnings report. And then, yeah, just keep throwing in the questions. We will keep it going. Can we remain calm? 2,500 shares since January. We know the math is in our favor, but they'll keep shorting to try to shake people out. 100%. That's why I've been saying this, that when we look at the price on our screen and then look at like the baseline Ortex data that we have, the price can go to 5, it can go to 500 or 1,000. But if the fact remains and nothing is suggesting that the shorts have covered, nothing really changes, in my opinion. So there's nothing different. So if the price is the same for the next, I don't know, month and a half, shorts haven't covered, nothing's different. If the price goes down and the short interest goes up and the shares on loan go up, then we know that they're adding to their short position and making it even harder for them to get out of that hole that they're in. So they're just continuously kicking the can down the road and making that potential squeeze even more aggressive when it eventually kicks off. Now, if the price goes up with AMC and they still add to their short position, well, then again, nothing has changed. Will the Swiss bank purchases be used to short? Very possible. I wouldn't say all of them, but I would say some of them could be loaned out. But right now, it doesn't really make sense to loan out a lot of your shares because look at the cost to borrow. The minimum and the average is like 0.54%. The average is 1.85 and the max is 2.34. We've seen those rates go up into the 90% range. So we're not really there yet. Also, if you guys don't mind, just dropping a like on the video. It helps us out to just get more people in here for the YouTube algorithm. So thanks to all you guys who have dropped a like and who are going to. Let's see. Do you see AMC FTDs covered by more shorts? And they, rip and dip. I think you're talking about loan shares. Can you talk about your exit strategy? So I've talked about this in the past. Some of the ways that I'm really going to know that the shorts are covering in an aggressive way is one, we're going to see it in the price action. AMC is going to go basically parabolic. And when we look at the option chain right here, let's say that on this, like this upcoming week, we ripped to 100. Let's just say, for example, that happened. Now, I wouldn't say that that's a result of a gamma squeeze because when we look at the call option chain for this upcoming week, there's nothing really crazy that sticks out at us. So if we ripped on a week where the option chain's not really crazy like this, it'd be like, something's happening here. If we also see the overall market start to sell off, now if the shorts are actually like the 5 billion number in terms of shares that we actually think, then it's going to cause a significant market sell-off because there are going to be these large institutions with really large over-leveraged short positions, and they're going to have to liquidate other positions like the S&P 500, Tesla, Google, Facebook, any of these other blue chips in order to cover these shorts. So we could see market correction. We could also see hedge fund bankruptcies in the news. Now, that could take a while to play out because we've seen a couple of these large institutions that were over-leveraged on GameStop really have issues, but those news articles came out like last month. So that could be a delay. So we're really going to have to watch, one, the option chain, two, the price action, and mainly what the market starts to do, in my opinion. Only Ken Dog, thank you so much for the super chat because I can. Thank you so much, man. Futures is red right now. Interesting. Got same response. Seems like it's closed for the vote. Yeah, either way, for the vote, we've gotten more than 1% of all shareholders to vote. 67.9 million shares have been voted on, which is a lot. And we've had 63,600 people vote. So congratulations to all the people that have voted. You have done your part in probably the best way that we are ever going to get and chance that we are ever going to get to find out with a decent level of certainty how many possible synthetic shares are actually out there. Gold severely selling off. Are you seeing that on futures? I've seen everybody talking about gold significantly selling off, but I have not seen that. 2.5% yesterday. Hold up. These freaking ad blocker questions get me every time. All right, hold up. Are you guys looking at like futures or are you just looking at GLD? After the Mo asked me to dress up in ape suits and go to AMC to watch a movie. So the movie that we would have to watch would be the Apes Together Strong documentary. If that gets played in the AMC theaters, that's going to be awesome. Gold and silver. Oh, they both came down a significant amount, huh? Interesting. I'll have to take a deeper look into that. That's the first I'm seeing of it. I mean, honestly, that's a decent buying opportunity for, I mean, nothing I say is financial advice, but when we're talking about, and when we listen to like really smart people talk about where the market is headed, I've heard it from a couple of like people who own their own fund, specifically Kringle, and Credit Suisse has come out and said that they're basically selling a lot of their position and moving into gold. So there's definitely something there. Ernie Rivera, thank you so much for the super chat, man. If we dropped to 3 million investors, 1,067 average, 2 billion, 2.6 billion non-legal after subtracting 600 million on a conservative number is crazy. That's nuts. Dan, thank you so much for coming in here, man. Let's see. Gold dumped after jobs report. Yeah, I could see that happening. Meet Kevin talked about it. Yeah, I'll definitely have to go watch what he has to say. Kevin's a smart guy. I was only able to vote with 1/3 of the shares I have. It shows 120 shares, but I hold 359.63. Fidelity won't link, and Apex isn't showing all the shares for some reason. I've heard a couple of people saying that some of their brokerages, like I think Fidelity was having an issue. I heard E-Trade people were having issues. And we were trying to basically get people to just reach out to their broker, because if we don't have direct experience with that, we're not going to be able to help you with those issues. So what we were saying was just reach out to the broker and see what they have to say. If anything, the number of investors goes up, not down. Irrelevant, thanks for your work lately. Anytime, man. Thank you. Love your videos. Thanks for all the hard work. Thank you, guys. Only Ken Dog, thank you so much for another super chat, man. I'm from Northern Ireland and love this ape community. Let's go for earnings tomorrow and love all the content you provide to all us apes. Much love. Only Ken Dog, thank you so much, man. That means a lot. Vix, I've talked to both my brokerages in Sweden. It sucks we can't vote. Yeah, Mustafa, that is tough. Like there's nothing really we can do about it. I think Revolut, I think is what it's called, allowed people to start voting. So there were some international brokerages that started to allow people to verify their shares. Yeah, so for earnings, I mean, we're going to hear directly from Adam Aaron. He's going to answer a lot of these questions that we've seen on the Say Vote. So he's definitely going to address, do you have any plans to offer a dividend again? The last time he was asked this question, pretty sure was on Trey's last interview with him. And he said that we don't have any plans at the current time. Now, he gave a couple of reasons for that. Mainly, they want to pay down their debt, which is fine. It just puts the company in a better spot fundamentally. Now, this second one right here is pretty interesting. Will AMC consider partnering with GameStop to offer more theater experiences via local and national gaming competitions? That would be really interesting if they did that. I think it's 4 p.m. Yeah, so we're gonna look throughout the day tomorrow to see when. So the numbers are gonna get released before the call. So you're going to see the numbers get released, and then you're going to see the earnings conference call happen a period of time later. I love what Keenan said the other day. He said we've got the trust fall. It's true. We need to understand hashtag AMC trust fall. Yeah, I would agree with that. Fidelity can't verify all my shares. Yeah, so let's take a brief look at what the estimates are for AMC's earnings right now. So right here, the consensus estimate, this movie theater operator is expected to post a quarterly loss of 91 cents per share in this upcoming report. It's fine. They can report a loss. It doesn't mean they're missing earnings. When it comes down to earnings, what you need to really focus on is expectations. Like the earnings could be negative $5 a share, but if it comes in at negative $1 a share, that's a massive beat. So it all comes down to if they are able to beat the expectation. So now we have a quarterly loss of 91 cents per share. That represents a year-over-year change of an additional 83.3%. Very good, especially coming off of the pandemic and everything opening up. I think it's very possible that AMC could beat that number. Now, revenues are expected to be $341.3 million, up 1,705% from the year ago quarter. That's big. Isaac, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I'm looking to buy more shares for a discount. Will the price drop to 25 this month? I mean, honestly, anything is possible. We could see AMC fall into like deep into the $20 range. It all depends. So even if we did see AMC fall to those levels, like I said before, it really comes down to the reason why everybody has gotten into this play. A lot of people have gotten into this play for the potential short squeeze. So if the price goes up, down, sideways, left, right, doesn't matter as long as the shorts have not covered. And that's mainly just my opinion on it. You can do whatever you want with your investment if you need to get out. But this is going to be a very emotional play. Tried over and over. I gave up, but I see what the average is looking like. Yeah. We need to get Twitter trend. We need to get a Twitter hashtag trending every day. Even if it gets 50 new apes attention a day, it's worth it. Yeah. I mean, I think we've trended pretty much every day for like the past while. Let's see. AMC needs to pay down debt. Otherwise, we would need to seriously consider letting AA offer more shares next year. I think that's the reason why we would want AMC to offer more shares. Like the argument for AMC offering more shares is, yeah, it's gonna dilute and it's gonna hurt the share price in the short term. But if the plan is to pay off the debt and offer a dividend, then what's the issue? Like you're gonna take the short term loss maybe for 3 months when they set up that dividend, but at the end of the day, that is one of the best catalysts. If they can offer a dividend, the shorts have to pay it. They're only going to have to pay the dividend on the amount of shares that they have legally issued. So if they find that people are not getting a dividend, then it kind of exposes everything. That's what we saw with Overstock. So AMC and GameStop, the short squeezes are kind of like like branches off of the Volkswagen one and Overstock. Like there's the Volkswagen one, which is kind of playing out similar to what AMC is dealing with right now with this share vote, where we can sort of deduce how many shares could potentially be out there. Oh man, totally not the FBI. Thank you so much for that big super chat, man. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh snap, here's my nightly payment for OnlyFans. I need AMC to drop as low as possible. So as soon as my 2K clears tomorrow or Tuesday, I can get more for my money. Totally not the FBI. Thank you so much for the super chat, and I wish you the best of luck. Only Ken Dog, thank you so much, man. When I buy shares, it gives me a venue ID of DRVW on my contract note. You ever heard of that venue? I have not. I'm not sure what you're referring to there, Ken Dog. I think we may have come close to replaying June 2nd and go. I think we may come close to replaying June 2nd and go to 85 tops, not 92. If not, we may get to mid 50s before they start smashing it again. Yeah. So what we're really going to need is like a technical breakout. So we're going to need to see a lot of things on the chart to really set up for a move up. And we're also, in my opinion, going to need to see heavy activity on the options chain. So September has got a decent amount, but they're all at 145. There's 47,000 at 145, 34,000 at 40. Now, when we go to January 2022, 30,000 at 40, 57,000 at 145. So when we're thinking about a potential gamma squeeze and how long we consolidated last time for AMC, it is possible that the next really big rip up using like the options and a technical breakout could come in January, could come a lot sooner. It could come later. We don't know. That's kind of the whole thing that I want to talk about, and definitely something I want to touch on tonight. The concept of patience. So It's not necessarily only for AMC. It just kind of applies to like everything you're doing in your life. And the main thing that it comes down to is if you deem something worth it, if you think something is worth waiting for, then you're going to wait for it. Now, this isn't like it doesn't necessarily have to apply to AMC. It does, but at the same time, if you're thinking about anything that's going on in your life that you need to wait for, and in your mind you think that thing, whatever it is worth it, then you wait for that to happen. Now, some of you may think, well, I need this money sooner rather than later. Then you're deeming it not worth it, and then it might entice you to leave. But I think the vast majority of people in here really think that waiting out AMC to see when the shorts are going to cover. A lot of people are up pretty big on their position right now, so there is a little bit of a buffer for things to go a little bit sideways in the short term. And for a lot of those people, it's very worth it to like settle and oh no, there's so much waiting happening. Yeah. Those are just kind of my thoughts and everything going on. It's like if like what we've said in the past. It's like if somebody said, "Hey, here's let's say a wild sum of money. Let's just use $100 million for example." And over the next 5 years they say, "Hey, you're going to get this amount of money, but I'm going to give it to you at a random time over the next 5 years. You don't know when it's going to come, but it's going to come." Now, it's a little bit different with this situation because we have no idea how high this is going to go or when it's going to play out. But 6 months in, if you knew the probability was pretty high of you getting a significant amount of money, you wouldn't just be like, "No, thank you. I won't take it. I'm gonna leave and get out of this situation." That wouldn't be the logical thing to do. Taking a long position means years, typically not months. True. Irrelevant says it's worth it. Timing seems different when you're focused, but if we had to wait 2 years to make millions, dot, dot, dot. Yeah, I think I'm on the same boat on that one too. When we see institutions buy shares, calls, and puts, are they delta hedging? And is this a strategy for retail traders to consider? Why or why not? Rick, awesome question. Um, so when we think about what they're doing there, um, they don't so here's the thing, they don't have to report any short options, meaning they've sold them, so we don't know if those are spreads, we have no idea. They also don't have to report short positions. Now, if they were delta hedging, they would have to have like when you delta hedge, they're short-term hedges in order to make sure that you're covered on your position so that you don't take a very, very, very significant loss. Only Ken Dog, thank you so much for another super chat, man. Off to sleep for the pre-market. Love my ape family. We love you too, man. Um, so going back to when an institution has shares, calls, and puts, the puts can be seen as insurance because it gives you the right to sell stock at a given price. So if they have a boatload of shares, but the puts kind of match up with the amount of shares they have, then they're just buying insurance on their position. Now, if you're buying calls as well, you're also playing to the upside and you're essentially like levering up, if that makes sense. Options, if you're just buying straight calls with no margin, it gives you like the ability to lever up without actually taking margin, if that makes sense. Like there's some pros and cons to it. So there's going to be an expiration date. The price movement of those options is most likely going to be much more volatile than the underlying stock. But what it really means is when you have an institution with shares, puts, and calls, they're just hedging. I wish you would have used 1 year and not 5 years in that example. Well, it was just an example. I took 43, started trading options on other plays, the wins on red days. Yeah. When this pops, it'll be worth holding, says Sean. Yeah, remember when it went from 13 to 72? Everybody was elated. Everybody was so excited. We thought everything was starting to play out. But again, it was just a big gamma squeeze. But the situation remains the same. So it's a big emotional toll on everybody from the stock going from 12 to in the 70s all the way back down to $33 where we're sitting right now. It's a big emotional toll to see your money fluctuate like that. Yeah, I'm not saying like this is gonna take forever. I'm just saying you have to be mentally prepared for anything to come your way. That's mainly all I'm saying about the whole patience thing. That's all. Let's see. Yeah, guys, the 5-year thing was just an example. Everybody relax. Let's see. So I honestly don't see AMC falling below 30s anymore. Too much sentiment here. Yeah, I think that retail investors are gonna buy the absolute heck out of that dip. Because the really, like, hardcore apes, the number of, like, really, really motivated, convicted apes in this play are just increasing every single day. People are learning more. They're educating themselves on exactly everything that is going on with the market, and they're figuring out the potential of these plays. And once they figure out that potential and they get on, I don't wanna say, like, my level, like, because that just sounds terrible, but the level of, like the convict that here it is, the conviction level that some of us are at, where it's like if the stock drops, if the stock goes up, it doesn't change anything if the shorts have not covered their position, if that makes sense. Chris, I that's wild. Oh, what's up, 007? What's up, Eric? Didn't know if you went over it quickly. What's the Ortex data say? Let's take a look. We went over it in the beginning, but we have 16.3% short interest. Um, And remember, these are just the very, very minimal baseline numbers that we're looking at. Utilization 92.39%. The movement is growing also, I would agree. You can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Shorts still haven't covered people, and AMC's fundamentals look better and better all the time. Tomorrow's earnings report, I believe, will beat expectations and increase the likelihood of more buying. Frodo, I would agree with you on that one. Believe that upvoting is closed. Sean, I think so too, even though it says 21 hours left. That might be until the call. VIX in the mix. We are in the mix tonight. My smooth brain thought DTCC and NSCC with previous rules allowed them to see how far deep the hedges are. So they made the 010 to allow the squeeze. Yeah, so 010 is a very interesting rule. It is essentially trying to control a major market event happening. Let's see. When will the report be released tomorrow? After hours. So it's gonna be it's probably gonna be at either market close, 15, 20 minutes after, and then the call is either gonna take place like 30 minutes after close or an hour after close. That's typically how earnings go. We're just gonna have to wait and see exactly what their plan is. Yeah, exact guys, oh my god. I didn't say it was gonna take 5 years. I used an example. Everybody chill out. Crypto is dipping much like it did the night before the January run. Thoughts? I mean, they did just have a pretty significant run up. Let's see. Down 2. I mean, ooh, wow. Oh my, look at this candle right here. That is a big boy. Yeah, I mean, crypto did just have a decent run up, so we're gonna have to keep a look on that, but we'll see. When SCB, have you considered giving out relationship advice like Matt does? I'm telling her to calm down after your 5-year thing. It's not working. No, I'm probably not the guy to ask for relationship advice. It will probably be really good advice, but I won't be able to follow my own advice, if that makes sense. Hayden Jay, he hits the like button, so should you. Yeah, if you guys don't mind just dropping a like on the video, it just helps us get some more people in here. You are getting shilled. Yeah, it's fine. No offense, STV. I would love to send you more super chats, but I think that money would benefit all of us more if I use that money to buy more AMC shares. You guys can do whatever you want with your money. You guys don't have to drop me a super chat ever. You guys could just buy more shares or go on a vacation or buy a burger or go out. You can do whatever you want with your money. Let's see. Oh, you're bringing up George Soros? That's a wild boy right there. Let's see. Is it correct that each of the short positions also have long positions as well? No. I would highly doubt that. Let's see. Message on Saytech. Upvoting is closed while question submission is closed. Exact message when I tried to upvote. Okay. Yeah, so voting looks like it's closed now. Thank you, guys. Yes, I do think the crypto is interesting, and I think it's playing a part in the saga somewhere. Time will tell. Yeah, there have been rumors circulating around for a while that they've been pumping and dumping crypto in order to gain more liquidity. Very possible. Um, but the main thing is that you're never really going to know the full motivation or the reason for something happening in the market unless you're sitting across the table from somebody and they are honestly telling you exactly what's happened and they were involved in what's happened, if that makes sense. Uh, I know that it's not a competition, but you're becoming one of the most informative apes of all. Real talk. Andra, thank you so much. MJ says any man or woman would be lucky to have STV. STV spends way too much time on the internet. It's bad. Matt's Duck Suspenders, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Don't tell me not to give you money. I will if I want. Quack, quack. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. Really appreciate all of you guys. Let's see. We still love you, man. Yeah, you guys are good. Let's see. You guys need to see Claybro's last video. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. I have seen a hedge fund or an institution complaining about NSCC. I think it was 002 a while back. It was Appline, I think it was. John Smith, is Appline the one he talked about? Jeez. Totally not the FBI says, quit taking my super chats. The more you take, the less my wife's boyfriend makes on my OnlyFans. P.S. Happy birthday. How about that massive gold dip? Totally not the FBI. Thank you so much for another super. So when we look at that gold dip, I've heard it had to do with maybe the jobs report. I actually had not looked at gold or silver recently. I'd have to look a little bit more into that to see what the dollar did and what happened that would basically increase the value of the dollar that day. Like if we pull up like the dollar index, most likely it went up, but we could be wrong. Yeah. So the dollar index went up 0.11%. But that also doesn't move very much. SV, have you covered the new hedgie that got into short AMC? How do you feel about it? I wish them the best of luck with losing all of their money. Price prediction for tomorrow. Okay. Here's the price prediction for tomorrow, everybody. The stock is either going to go up or it's going to go down. It will go right, but it won't go left. I feel, that might have been backwards for you guys. SCB, I'm 53 years old and know nothing about the stock market except for my job's 401k. That being said, thank you, and thank you. I appreciate you, Rogue, Trey, Matt, TMI, Keenan, and Review Dark. Wally, thank you so much, man. That means a lot. Peter Schiff on life support right now. Dude, Peter Schiff loves gold. Peter Schiff is a really big gold bug. Let's see. I think the issue is China will greatly affect our markets and the world markets in general. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of tinfoil theories. Like if China wanted to really hurt us, they would just buy up AMC or GameStop in a crazy amount and then disclose that they owned like 50% of the company and then squeeze. So they could easily do that. Oh, price predictions. Oh, Eric Bissell has an incredibly important question. Can you show on the screen what happened on the day or days of the last two earnings calls? Yeah, I would have to look at their historical earnings. Here's the thing though, Eric, every single earnings is different. That's what makes earnings fun. Like you never know. You can kind of figure out which companies move big on earnings in either direction, and you can also like figure out which companies might run up into earnings. Like I have a list in my head that I used to play for earnings like for earnings options plays, and I would just play the same stocks over and over and over and over and over because I knew like pretty much within a decent degree of certainty what they were going to do. So I would have a list of stocks that I would play the run up into earnings, and I would have a list of stocks that I would try to price in what the market makers were expecting for the move after the call happened, and I would just rinse and repeat. But again, earnings is a complete gamble. You never know what's going to happen. So with this earnings that AMC has, it's kind of the first quarter that everything has really started to open up. So it's kind of a toss up. Like they could absolutely come out and crush it, or they could be still feeling the effects of the pandemic. But again, it all comes down to what the expectations for earnings is and if they can exceed those expectations. You guys are giving Peter Schiff a hard time. What is he, the new Kramer around here? Where's Martin Shkreli when you need him? Isn't he in jail? Oh, what's up, Supermom? Let's see. Totally not the FBI. STV, am I crazy for seeming to remember that the day the dark pool was halted was the day we ran to 77? I don't think the dark pool was halted. I remember the dark fibers got cut off, and that is completely unrelated. I think Chris has been drinking today. Uh-oh, Chris. It's all good, man. Sometimes you need a little drink. I usually see stocks go down on earnings, whether good news or bad. It depends. It all depends on what like how the market reacts. If there's something little in the earnings that the market does not like, then it will sell off regardless of what the numbers are. So you always have to read deeper into it. That's why playing earnings is very risky, but there's a very high reward as well if you can get it right. Thesis, hedgy selling off gold to get liquidity up and buy back in later. Timmy B, I've heard it has to do with other things. You can like so when something happens in the market, I've seen a lot of this. You can't just automatically assume that it's like Citadel did it or the hedgies did it. It's possible, but at the same time, like you can't blame everything on them. Ooh, here come the 25 bots. I mean, I don't think it's a bot, but hi STV, do you think we have the possibility of dipping to 25? Is there a possibility? Absolutely. Computer algorithm cannot compete with us smooth brain apes. Moas or bust. Yeah, man. Are you going to be live streaming the earnings call? I will not be, but I bet there's a lot of people that are. I definitely will be on somebody's stream for the call, most likely TMI's. So TMI in his aftermarket stream, we'll probably do it then. And depending on what happens tomorrow, we might not do a video, but we might do a longer late night fix. So we might go from right as the earnings call ends, I'll hop on and we'll do a longer stream so we can talk about it, hang out. If it's good, we'll all have a good time. If it's not good, we can go over it, explain why things are going on, and see what we need to do going forward. But at the same time, like even on the off chance that earnings is just not good for AMC, it doesn't necessarily like matter in the short squeeze thesis, if that makes sense. Like it's neutral or bullish, the whole earnings thing. Like, yeah, if earnings are like not great, they're going to attack us, and we know that. But again, that's just going to further their misery. Like it's just going to dig a deeper hole for them to get out of. But if earnings are good and we start to rally, then it's just good for us. So I think that we win in either scenario. But again, good fundamental news for the company is always better than bad fundamental news. SCV, did you see Janet Yellen accused of corruption with Citadel? Yeah, I did. I might talk about that tomorrow. Any idea if we get another vote with public shareholder share count? Yeah, I mean, we'll probably get another vote, a proxy vote at some point, but unless there's something crazy on it, then people aren't going to want to vote. Like the last one was the 500 million shares. Everybody was going to vote on that. Everybody was going to vote no. So it was trying to get enough votes in. Now the 25 million shares, people were like, it was a toss up. Some people said, like most people said no, but some people were also saying yes. A decent amount of votes went in, but it wasn't enough to really cause anything crazy. But yeah, I do think we're going to see another vote at some point. Timmy B, I can definitely try to incorporate the gold drop into a video tomorrow. How are the earnings projections determined, and is it possible they are exaggerated to make AMC look bad? Honestly, RK, I was thinking at one point, I was like, well, if all of these large institutions are bearish on AMC, then give them a bad earnings projection and see what happens. Like, just give them like the lowest of the low earnings projection. And now that we've seen these like the consensus earnings estimates essentially say, yeah, it's probably going to do much better than they did last year and potentially even the year before. It's like, so the company isn't really in that bad of a position now, are they? I think we all need to bring a more focus to high frequency trading. Yeah, high frequency trading is definitely an issue. Yeah, Canadians could vote. Yeah, anytime, Timmy. We need to trend exciting things. I think we should treat AMC Sportsbook. No, 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 no. We can't just tweet random stuff like that. It has to be relevant, if that makes sense. How rapidly will the price rise and fall during the MOAS? Your best guess and why? Okay, so we can talk about once the shorts start covering. I think the initial move is going to be really aggressive for like a day. Just I'm playing it out in my mind. I think what's going to happen is we're going to see a really, really, really big green day. And this is just speculation. This is me just spitballing here. Nobody has any idea what's actually going to happen. But I do think the full squeeze is going to take a decent amount of time to actually play out because there are just so many potential shares that need to get bought back. They won't be able to do it in a day. They just won't. Like, not every ape is going to want to sell their position. Like, they have to buy back so many shares if the numbers that we are seeing in the statistical calculations on the Say platform are true. Like, if it's 1 billion, 2 billion, 3, 4, 5, 6, like, if it's that crazy, then it's going to take a while and it's going to be very aggressive. But I think once, like, as much as we're going to go up during the squeeze, we're also going to see significant down, which is something that everybody needs to be prepared for. Like, that's going to be the time that the shills, the bots are going to come out in really large fashion. Like, we're going to see the stock rip and then it's going to tank 50% maybe. And then the bots are all going to come out and be like, it's over. You missed your sell price, all this stuff like that. Now, it's very possible that it's not over at that point. Like, you really have to figure out what the price is that you are comfortable selling at and stick to your plan. If you have a plan going into your trade and you stick to your plan, you're never going to lose. That's probably not true. But with this, if you have a plan on when you want to sell your shares, how many you're going to sell when, you just need to formulate your own individual plan on what you need to do. That's not an accurate way to draw statistics. Come on, prepare for... Yeah, I mean, it's very possible that some of those numbers that we were seeing were slightly inaccurate. Very possible. But at the same time, with over 1% of shareholders voting, the statistical significance of those numbers is greatly increased. Could possibly even bounce back because of FOMO? Obviously. Absolutely. Eric says, your last few videos have been centered around the 4-share recalls, which got me thinking, why hasn't our auto margin call rule been passed yet? It has. 002 is passed, implemented, and effective. The thing is, though, is that you're not going to get notifications every single day that a hedge fund is getting margin called. Like, margin call does not mean squeeze. It just means they need to deposit more money into their accounts. So what 002 can do is create this like slow burn and bleed out of these institutions' liquidity, where at some point they may not be able to cover these or maintain these margin requirements for a lot of these positions. And at that point, they're going to be forced to close out of a lot of things. And that could be when the squeeze happens. So 002, great rule, if it's being enforced to the best of its ability, would be draining the liquidity of a lot of these institutions as we speak. How much do you see it going up then down, like 1,000 to 4,000 same day, then back up even higher? CA, honestly, anything's possible, man. Oh, what's up, family? How you doing, man? Any idea of what to do during MOAS? Log off all forms of social media, news, anything connected to the internet. Just sit there with your broker and play it out. I mean, you can do that if you want to. A lot of people have said, I think Rogue has said this in the past, like at the current time, it's probably not good for your like mental health to just be staring at the amount that you have invested when it goes up, down, really up, really down. Like that's probably not good for you. So if you're just looking at the chart, staying up to date on the news, figuring out what's going on, that's probably more beneficial for a lot of people, if that makes sense. What will be the best way to monitor whether the shorts have covered during the squeeze? So we're going to have to look at, I mean, obviously we're going to look at Ortex data because it does give us the baseline of the estimates. So I'm going to be mainly focusing on utilization and shares on loan. Again, shares on loan is more of an estimate. Utilization is also an estimate, but it gives us a better understanding of how many shares are loaned out at the current time. When we see utilization get up to 95, 96, even up to 99% again, you guys are going to see me go absolutely nuts. Like I'm going to be so excited. Even though we could stay at those levels for a while, it's like the starting point. It's like, yep, we're here. We're right there. Almost all of the shares have been loaned out. It's going to be very hard for them to loan out more shares unless they're creating a lot of these synthetic or naked positions. And even then, it's probably not more than the amount that is already out there. Like they're going to take out more shorts, but it's not going to be to the extent that they are now in the strategic way that they're doing it. Smash that like button, people. Get ready for the market tomorrow. Nicholas, thank you so much, man. Yeah, if you guys don't mind just hitting that like button, helps us out. What, in your opinion, will the count we did with Say do? So, okay. So when we compare what happened to the Volkswagen squeeze with AMC, Volkswagen, Porsche, and the German government basically came out and said that they owned basically all of the company. Now, it was verified. They knew that they owned it. Everybody knew that Porsche and the German government owned a very, very, very significant chunk of the company, and that there was a certain amount of short interest that they would not be able to cover just with the shares floating around on the market. So with the AMC say vote, we would have needed to get this number, the amount of shares, over 513 million, or very close to that, in order to really prove it. Now, these numbers do give us a decent idea statistically of how many shares could be out there. But again, we're never going to know for sure unless we ask every single ape, an institutional investor, how many shares that they own, and you can verify it. That's the only way to know for sure. This is the best way that we have right now, but the way to really verify it is to ask everybody, which would be incredibly difficult to do. Totally not the FBI. Thank you so much for another super chat, man. I saw the SEC awarded 193 individual. I saw SEC awarded 193 individuals, 950 million tinfoil hat. Maybe that's why we saw all the YouTubers back off a bit. So what's it feel like to be a millionaire? We did not get paid off. So, and like what, like that did not happen at all. So yeah, nobody got paid. Like that's a weird thing. Like especially with the so here's what happened. If the SEC wanted to pay us for something, well, we just look at information and then report it basically. Like there are some people like Trey was really the individual that saw the potential in this stock. There have been a lot of other really smart people doing the due diligence. But at the same time, I don't think the SEC would really come knocking. The second thing that a lot of people were floating around was, oh, the hedge funds bought and paid for you. It's like, if they did, if they even offered, we would then be the best whistleblowers of all time. That is market manipulation at its finest. They're trying to pay people to say something about a stock that they have a position on. That would be horrendous for them. Like if any fund tried to come pay me, I would just be like, "Okay, sure. Send me the money. Come on, do it." And then I would just take the money and then just call the SEC and be like, "Hey, look at this paper trail I have right now from a hedge fund trying to buy me." Like it just like doesn't make sense logically. Um, totally not the FBI says I was joking. Oh, I know you were. But I just thought it would be a fun topic to go over. Yeah, exactly. SEC would no, totally not the FBI makes a lot of jokes. I know you were joking. I was just I just since I read it, I had to make the comment. We need to look at these numbers as the bare minimum, the bottom. Are you talking about the Savo or the Ortex numbers? Because Ortex, yeah, I look at those as like bare minimum. Yeah, totally not the FBI. Thank you for another super chat, man. I know you were joking. Any share bought Thursday or Friday will not show in your account because of T+2. That is true. They have to settle. How many people got their shares verified? Well, 63,600 people voted on Timothy B's question, so most likely higher than 63,600. STV, get an internship with Citadel so you can be the whistleblower. I really don't think that they would hire me. Great answer. Yeah, I mean, so if the squeeze causes a crash, I can reinvest my tendies back into the rock bottom market. Mr. Fishing, you could definitely do that if you think that the market would be bottoming around there. Ben Levine, dude, congratulations on having a baby. Everybody drop a baby emoji in the chat for Ben Levine. He had a little baby ape named Atticus this week. So shout out to Ben. Thank you so much for another super chat, man. Any credibility to these odd lot trades under 100 not affecting the price? From what I've seen, yeah, there would be credibility to it, but at the same time, like you can't tell people like, oh, you have to buy in this amount at this time. Like we can't say that as like content creators. So but yeah, I think there is validity to it. I haven't really read that much into it though, because it's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, it might be true, but even if it is, you can't direct people to like do something. Like I can't tell people to do anything. Hey STV, what does it mean for the short interest to go higher? Is it good for us? So, I mean, technically it would be like bad for us in the short term, but for the short squeeze play, it would be like good because like it just means that one, the shorts have not covered and they're increasing their short positions, meaning that they're going to have to cover more shorts once the squeeze kicks off. Guys, I do not want to go work for Citadel. That would be terrible. I would be so miserable. I'd be like, you guys are all awful. That's not true. I bet there's some good people working there. I used the Save platform and it only showed half my shares. Tried to update it today, but now it says I own 0 shares and votes are closed. Idea what's going on? I bought 50 more on Wednesday. It still did not show up. Geeky goodies. I'm not necessarily sure, man. Sorry about that. I heard that there could have been a glitch in their platform, but they would have the numbers of all of the verified shares of people who have signed up. It costs more money for them to borrow as the utilization goes up. There are less shares to borrow, therefore it costs more to borrow them. Irrelevant 100%. That's where the scarcity aspect comes in. Hey STV, let's rock this earnings. Ryan Sinclair. We're gonna be having a real good time tomorrow, regardless of what the earnings says. Like we're gonna be having fun on the stream. I went to the liquor store today, so we're gonna be having a really good time tomorrow. Ortex no good. Hedge funds payroll. I don't think so. What is AMC 0924? I'm not sure what that is. Their intern videos are up. Citadel 2021. No comments or likes, dislikes allowed, of course. Oh my god. Imagine if you guys saw me in that video. How wild would that be? You'd be like, Oh, we got him. Geeky goodies anytime, man. Do AMC earnings come out in the morning or aftermarket? Aftermarket. Yeah, guys, I'm 22 years old. I'm not that young. I just look young. Gary has a question. I tried upvoting Timmy's question today and it said upvoting disabled while question submission is closed. What does that mean? So you probably voted after they closed the the vote. So you tried to get your shares in after they closed it. How realistic do you think six figures is for the price of AMC? I mean, that goes into the price targets. Like, we don't know. We have no idea how big this can be because this is one of those unprecedented events that we've never ever seen before. Like, yeah, there have been lots of short squeezes in the past, but nothing like this. Nothing like where there's potentially billions of synthetic shares out there. The short interest is high. There's a really large community of retail and institutional investors behind the stock. Like, this is something that the market has never seen before, and it's going to be very cool to see it play out and to be a part of it. 22, you're young. I am very young. Mathematically, anything is possible, says Vegas. I would agree. What would happen if every ape said their... Yeah, no, nothing would happen. Can you dunk a basketball on a legit hoop? No, but I can touch the rim. Thought Vix was like 19. No, I'm going to be a senior in college this year. Mathematically, it's realistic. Oh boy. Okay. We're not going to do the whole price target thing in here. We're not doing that. Oh, what's up, Pam? How you doing? Can the MOAS cause the crash or vice versa? Okay, so Robert, here's essentially my thoughts. If the squeeze happens first, I think it is very probable that if there are that amount of synthetics out there, that it is going to cause like a lot of market turmoil, and that could be the major market disruptive event that we see coming. It could be something else, but most likely it's if the amount of shares out there that we think are out there are actually out there. Sorry, that was awful. Then yes, it could potentially lead to a very significant market event because we know everybody's over leveraged. The second thing, though, is that if the market crashes first, most likely AMC is going to come down with it. Just going to be completely honest. I've seen the beta is actually positive now, just slightly, so it's pretty neutral, but it depends on the time frame you use. But there's a silver lining to that. If AMC comes down a significant amount, remember, there's algorithms involved with these short positions. So if they keep shorting and it gets down to a price where the algorithm switches to buy to cover, then it rips. So it's just starting this. So instead of starting the squeeze from up here, it would be starting from like here. But then there's this gap of like more shorts. So in my opinion, it doesn't really matter which comes first. You just have to be prepared for both of the situations, if that makes sense. You guys are absolutely crushing it on the likes and everything tonight. Thank you, all you guys who are hanging out in here. This is awesome. SCB, other than VW, is there a similar short squeeze in the history of the market, kind of like AMC? Don't say GME. Yeah, overstock. And overstock is an interesting one because it keeps having those big run-ups. The main overstock squeeze happened when they issued that like that crypto dividend. I wouldn't mind it taking a year for Lex taxes. Yeah, I mean, 100%. How would the market operate without off exchanges and payment for order flow? From the interview from Dave Lauer, the bid ask spread would be more realistic. They wouldn't have to mess with the bid ask spread so much, so you'd get better fills. But the AMC squeeze is inevitable. So shorts covering, yes, inevitable. The squeeze to the crazy high numbers that everybody thinks, I mean, it's possible, but at the same time, it's also possible that we don't get to those crazy high numbers because we don't know anything for certain right now, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, I'm super bullish on AMC, and I personally think that we're gonna have a big squeeze. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, the shorts are gonna have to cover, but we don't know the height of this. We have no idea how high it could go or when it's gonna happen. So you just have to kind of be prepared, and that's why we talked about patience earlier. Um, Patience is in like staying like emotionally like in check and keeping yourself like in check inside your head and psychologically is going to be one of the most powerful things that you can do, not only for this AMC short squeeze play, but for any investment that you may have. I feel like the MOAS could happen any day before more people realize it will happen. Look, yes, very possible that all of a sudden they could just be like cover. It's possible. Like all of a sudden it could be just some random day and they're like, yeah, our algos have switched to buy. And we're covering all of these shorts now. 100% possible. Oh, Berkey, you're a mod on TMI, right? And you're in the group chat? I gotta make sure you're the right guy because I'll throw you a wrench right now. I mean, okay, so Dunsey, a squeeze for 100. I don't think that 100 would be a short squeeze. That makes sense. That's just my personal opinion. I think the short squeeze has the potential to go way, way, way higher than that. It could happen any day. That's the thing we don't know 100%. How do you feel about the future of NFTs? I'm a collector in our investment community, and many people think they are the future compared to tangible collectible assets. Any thoughts? I mean, I kind of think that NFTs were like the last hyped up thing. Like we saw like the NFT market get wildly inflated because it was like the new hot thing. Do I think there's a place for NFTs in the crypto market? Absolutely. But I don't know if it's going to be like as hyped and like a really, really smart investment as people think it may be. But it could be like it could be the next digital art. Like if you asked me like right as Bitcoin was coming out, hey, do you think Bitcoin's going to be like the next crazy thing? And I'd be like, I don't know. It could be. Most likely the governments are going to blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, look where Bitcoin is at today. So we don't necessarily know. If you think that it is, then you should put your money where your mouth is, if that makes sense. So like it comes down to the point of anybody can do anything that they want with their money. They can go on a trip, they can go to the grocery store, they can buy AMC, not buy AMC, buy GameStop, buy the S&P 500. They can do whatever they want with their money as long as they are educated on their decision and know the risks and have a plan going in, then there's no issue there. Thank you for answering. Dunsey, anytime, man. Are synthetic shorts in and of themselves, or are they another okay, so there's a difference between synthetic short positions and naked short positions. So let's go through the difference. So naked shorting is when so when you think of naked, you should think of like uncovered or like unbacked up. That's what you should think of. So if I'm a prime broker and let's say that Hello Bliss is the client, and Hello Bliss comes to me and says, "Hey, I need or I want to short shares. I need shares. Can you loan them to me?" And if I say yes, then I give them the ability to short that stock. Now, what if I don't have access to this? I just don't have it. Then it's uncovered. There's no shares to back up that trade. Now, you have a certain time period. I believe it's T plus 6. It also could be T plus 3. I get mixed up with the short exempt, the market maker short exempt rule, and the naked shorting part where the FTD where they have to buy the shares back. It's either T plus 3 or T plus 6. But that would be like that uncovered naked short position when they don't actually have the shares. A synthetic short is slightly different. Synthetics are mainly selling a call, buying a put. When the put call parity is out of whack, you can essentially create a short position on a stock without actually shorting, if that makes sense. It's slightly different, but it results in the same thing. Bonds are also involved in that synthetic short position play. It doesn't really matter what you call it, as long as you're referring to the same thing. Philip, thank you so much for that super chat, man. What are your thoughts on the short squeeze happening this year versus 2022? The thing is that we don't really know when it's going to happen. Nobody really has any idea of when we could possibly see the squeeze. So, I mean, do I think it's gonna happen in 2021 or 2022? If yeah, but who knows? Nobody knows. That's the thing. It's literally everybody's own personal opinion on when this situation is gonna play out. Uh, let's see. Yeah, we nobody really knows when the squeeze is gonna happen. AMC has negative beta, it goes against the market. Yes, you are correct. On the 5-year, it has a positive beta. On the 1-year, it has a negative beta. Um, I could probably just do a beta analysis of AMC, but it's gonna be just miserable. I mean, I could do it for you guys, but it's like it's not gonna help us that much. I would just have to pull up an old Excel spreadsheet and just load everything in and let's see. Um Vix, why doesn't the SEC have a direct line into all brokers buy sell data? The market is a public utility. Um, I mean, they pretty much Eric, no, I'm not gonna do that, but I might make a shirt or a hoodie or something that says short low cover high. I thought that was pretty funny. I thought of that 2 nights ago and I tweeted it out and I thought I was really being really funny. So do you guys want like short low cover high stuff? If not, that's fine. I'll just make it and then I'll buy it and wear it for myself because that's where what the merch was originally for. Citadel is under investigation, in my opinion. Most likely they are. They actually are under investigation right now. One of them is antitrust because they have so much control on all of the market making activities. I thought STV was a short guy, but he's hella tall. I mean, I'm only 6'2". I'm not that tall. The boxer ideas, interesting. I don't think I can do that with my platform right now. I now wear Speedos when cleaning pools because I am boycotting shorts, Mr. Fishing. Anytime, Burhi. I want to make sure I get your name right. Buy the news, sell for a loss. That's funny. I like short low, cover high. We need some Kenny Griffin Home Alone face shirts. I'm not trying to get sued. Takashi 69 is working with the whistleblowers. Yeah. Vegas. It's not power half hour yet. Yeah, I'm 6'2" short. Can you explain the cost to borrow and what it will take for it to increase to a high percentage? Awesome channel. Thanks. Yeah. So when you think about just markets in general, when there's less supply of something and there's still a similar amount of demand, then the buyers are going to be willing to pay more in order to get your hands on it. Think of the PlayStation 5s when they came out. I believe that's what happened. They ran out of the supply and people were buying them, selling them online for like 5 times more than what they were retailing. Now, the reason for that is because they didn't have enough of them, so people wanted it and they were willing to pay those higher prices. It's the same exact thing that happens with the market for lendable shares. So if there's less of them and they need to get their hands on those shares and able to short to, I don't know, push the price down, average down on their short, whatever, they're going to be more willing to pay those high cost to borrow rates in order to get their hands on those shorts. And the way we track that is by looking at the utilization, which is the amount of shares that institutions are willing to lend out versus the amount of shares that have been lent out. So we've seen the cost to borrow, as reported by iBorrowDesk, go up to like 90% at one point. Now that's insane. That's a yearly rate. So they're not paying that all at once, but that's a crazy rate. Now it's 0.54 at the minimum, 1.85 at the average, 2.34 at the max. We've seen it go even higher before. But yeah, that's essentially how it works. It's a scarcity issue. Bo, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Really, really appreciate all you guys sending in the super chats. You guys don't have to do that. And it really means a lot. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to keep doing this. So thank you guys so much. Bo, what will happen with my 917 145 call options when MOAS happens soon, or if there happens to be a share recall? Okay, so this is more of a hypothetical. If the MOAS happens when like before the expiration date of your option, and it goes well above 145, then you are going to be making a lot of money. Now, if it expires worthless, then or if the stock is not above $145 by your expiration date, then the options contract will expire worthless. Ben Levine says the cost to borrow actually went up over 100% intraday at its highest. That is insane. Nothing wrong with the computer chairs, but why do so many of the stock peeps have like racing style seats? Brian, honestly, I went into Staples, I found the chair that looked cool and comfortable, and I bought it. Vix, you remind me a lot of myself. I really appreciate your grind. Smash the like. Let's get back over 1K. That would be awesome. Yeah, if you guys could hit that like button, that would be cool. Let's see. SUV. Okay, how about shorts that say Ken Griffin is probably hella entitled and it's going to cost the market a lot. I would assume this situation is stunting their growth and must be mentally draining for the hedgies. Yeah. Is that a George W on the 5-minute AMC? Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. I mean, on this daily one, yeah. W. Why do you give me a Ben Shapiro vibe? Guys, I don't. Okay, fine. We'll run with it. How about I do a Ben Shapiro impression during Power Half Hour? You guys want to do that? I'll do my best Ben Shapiro impression at the start of Power Half Hour tonight. That's what we'll do. Who's the bad guy? Citadel, Hedgies, Banks. Okay, so here's who I personally think is the big bad guy in this entire situation. It's not Citadel. It's the prime brokers. They're the ones who have allowed this overshorting to happen. And if you look at a couple of Wes Christian's previous interviews, he's like sued like these big banks before and won, which is insane. So the reason why I think the prime brokers and these large banks are to blame is think about this example that I've it's not a George W, but I mean, yeah, I'm messing around, Ben. Let's see. Wait, what were we saying? Oh, the big bad guy in this situation. So the reason is, one, we have no idea the one or multiple institutions who are wildly over leveraged on AMC. We don't know. Nobody has any idea. What we do know, though, is that the prime brokers and the banks have facilitated this overshorting. So think about the example of somebody giving a child 10 pounds of their favorite candy, and the child eats it all and now starts to not feel well and is cranky. Whose fault is it, really? Well, yeah, the child ate the candy, and now they're sick, but they can't help themselves. You gave them the candy. They're going to eat it. So it's really the fault of the person who gave them that candy. So that's who I think is really the main culprit in this situation, the big banks. SV, I'm saying that forever. Prime broker and market makers are the game ending bosses, and hedge fund are the level bosses. Sean, I completely agree with you on that one. Because it's just logically speaking, like, who's giving them the shares? It's like, where are they getting this from? Like, who is letting them do this? Bank of America is going to take the blame. They could. They have a pretty big prime brokerage operation, I think. But I think Bank of America was one of the institutions that turned off the ability to short AMC back in May or June. So I'd have to look into that again. And at the same time, they always could have just turned it back on, and they're still doing the same effery that they've been doing. FTDs are also always the brokers or market makers' faults. Ben, 100%. Hedgies don't ask for naked shorts. They just ask to short it. Prime broker or market maker needs to say they aren't available. Ben, 100%. That's why I think that the prime brokers and not market makers, more prime brokers, in my opinion, are the ones to blame. The market makers, yes, they can do a version of naked shorting, and it can result in a large amount of FTDs. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, prime brokers and market makers would be at the brunt of it, which is why, again, Citadel has been labeled the big bad guy in this situation. Chris, don't you have a wife? I think you're all good there, or you should be all good there. If not, you should figure that out, buddy. Do you think we'll see the yellow wombat? Oh, dude, okay, I don't know what that is. Prime broker, what about the market maker? Yeah, definitely market makers too, because they can do a version of naked shorting, but they can just keep kicking the can again, because there's that Ben said it earlier, it was T plus 3 or T plus 6. You got booted from a Facebook group for pointing out those facts. See, that's the good thing about having like a YouTube channel, because I can say things like that like I believe to be true, and then the only people that can come get me are like Google, which please don't do that, Google. Obviously, STV has never been married with children. Classic car Paul, 100%, and that might take a little while to play out. We could also give some relationship advice during Power Half Hour today too. You guys were asking for that earlier. There's also a stipulation with short exempt volume that allows the DTCC to create a share if they cannot find one, instead of borrowing or finding the share. Ben, I think that's actually the market maker's like legal right to naked short. I think that's what you're referring to there. So how do you feel about more people creating apps / paid access to market hints? I've gotten more educated from AMC to make me wonder at the moment. Okay, yeah, that's like everything that you need to know is out there for free. It just is. Like, that's how I learned. I learned for like some people that I know, and then I like trial and error, learned everything, not everything, but like everything that I know now was trial and error. I never paid for a course. If you trust somebody and you know that somebody is going to give you the proper education, then yeah, a Discord could be good. It's probably not going to run you too much money, and you could go in there. I don't have one right now. Me and TMI kind of have a joint one. So if you do want to interact with like me and TMI and like ask us questions and stuff, go join TMI's Discord. But yeah, paid services there's good and bad with everything. Also, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it is pinned to the top. I'm going to be following everybody that I can back right now. So if you like over the next 5 minutes, because I don't want to get too distracted, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I will follow you back. All right, there's 3 of you. Awesome. It's pinned to the top if you guys want to do that. 100K. It's not, the short exempt is for SSR and other specific exemptions that allow them to short even when they cannot find a share. Interesting, Ben. Ben, can you send me that excerpt? That's very interesting. Let's see. Any chance the U.S. government is buying AMC shares like Germany did during the VW squeeze? Well, people in the United States government, yes. I don't think the United States government is going to be buying shares of AMC. Dude, you're 22. I'm 35. I wasn't as mature as you until I was 35. Oh, Robert Reid, trust me, I'm a complete idiot most of the time. Let's see. It actually looks like a long-necked dinosaur. How would banks know there are no more shares to lend? No way for them to know. Yeah, they would know, because they would have like in their bookkeeping, they would know that, okay, this is the block of shares that we can lend out, that people have like given us consent to lend out. And if they now get to 100% of that and people start asking them for more shares, well, they know they don't have any, and that's where the naked shorting comes in. SCB, looking at Ortex data feels like watching the lottery numbers that were called 2 days ago. There's got to be a better way, right? What do we need to subscribe to? I honestly, Eric, I don't think there's a better way to look at the short interest data than Ortex. And even then, if there were, they don't have to report honest, true short interest data as the rules are currently laid out. Let's see. We might be getting a special guest on here in a little bit too. He has the Connecticut accent? No, I don't. I don't think Connecticut has an accent. I know how to turn off share lending and Robinhood if you need help. And I believe cash accounts too. You lose your access to instant deposit though. Okay, Supermom, interesting. Yeah, I've never been on Robinhood, so I'm not sure. You have the best AMC videos on YouTube, period. Thank you, man. Scott, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. What's your guess on the price action for tomorrow? Volatility is what I'll say. I think, honestly, I think they're going to attack at some point. I honestly think that they're really going to try to attack on earnings to try to maybe shake people out. But at the same time, it's like, really? Like, we know what you're doing. It's like a little kid, honestly, like when you stick your arm out and they're just like waving around and they can't get to you. It's like, come on, we know exactly what you're doing. And we know that like our strategy, not our, but like the retail ape strategy that people have subscribed to is so much simpler than what they have to do. It's like, oh, you guys are going to do all of this wild stuff with options, naked shorting, create synthetic positions, kick the can down the road with FTDs, and you're getting beat by a bunch of individual retail investors who made their own decisions to invest in the company and all they've done is buy the stock and nothing else. Like, come on now. Wonder if Citi/Solomon Brothers is the broker. Special guest Tiger Woods. It could be. Is there a time for earnings? Let me look. Honestly, we should look at that. I'm guessing 5. Oh, that's a weird. Okay. Upcoming event, AMC Q2 earnings call, 5 p.m. Eastern time. That is what I'm seeing right now. So right here, I'll pull it up for you guys. Right here. Upcoming event, Q2 earnings call, 5 p.m. Eastern. So that's what we've got. Totally not the FBI says, when are you going to invite me on as a special guest? I'll be wearing a banana hammock and one tube sock. Interesting. Can you explain what the short volume percent is and how we know if they could mark shorts as long? Okay, so the second part, I don't think we're really going to have an understanding if they can mark, like if they're marking shorts as long. I mean, that's it really, in my mind, that's accounting fraud. But the short volume percentage is just on a given day, how much of that volume was short shares. So when you see like those 40%, 60%, those crazy numbers, that's essentially what you're looking at. Got your girlfriend watching. Say hi to Anita. What's up, Anita? Let's see. Good news equals another sale. Get ready. Honestly, guys, again, earnings is one of those dates. It's another one of those big dates that people are getting hyped up about. I'm excited for the date, but I don't have big expectations going in, if that makes sense. Like, I'm excited to see what that day brings us, but I'm not like giving it, like setting an expectation in my head to be like, oh, we're going to rip or we're going to like, that's just not at like this point in the AMC journey. That's not a helpful way to think, if that makes sense. Let's see. Professionals getting outplayed by apes. When this blows over is going to be a hell of a piece of history. Henry, 100%, man. SB, why have a majority of your videos the last week involved forced share recalls? Eric, this is why. Right here. Remember, back in March all the way into April, we saw utilization steadily go up all the way to 100% or right near 100%. We are steadily seeing this increase in utilization right now. And as we went over earlier in the stream, when the utilization fell right here, when there was potentially a force share recall, and Eric, you should go watch the video that I made today on the force share recalls because um, one, they're probably not coming until utilization gets back to like almost 100%. But we go over like everything. There's research reports, how all of those shares can just get like recalled whenever the lending institutions want, which puts the onus on them. Um, but yeah, I would suggest you go watch the video from today. There are things we know and things we don't, and things we know that we don't know. Classic car, pal. I think I called you Paul earlier. That was really dumb. Classic car pal, 100%. Definitely expect the unexpected tomorrow, 100%. Same play, different day. I'll continue to buy and hold. Jeremy, there you go, buddy. I know I keep talking about crypto, but I really think I'm onto something. I know it all ran yesterday, but hold on. We have never had 100% retracement besides the run in January. J Angle, sometimes not everything is related. It's more of a correlation versus causation. STV, anyone ever tell you that you sound like Matt Kors? People used to, and they thought like I was his undercover backup channel. And I was like, I don't think so at all. Like there used to be comments that were like, "Hey Matt," and I was like, "That's not my name," and I didn't realize that they were talking about Matt Kors for a while. I was like, "I don't. Why are you calling me Matt?" But no. I mean, that's good company to be put in with that I could sound like Matt. So I'll take it as a compliment. I've tried to work on the math on the percentage, but without knowing the true number of naked shares, it is impossible to guess. But my best guess is if 50% sell, we're near to the end. Hmm. Well, I heard a lot of things about like a crypto short squeeze. So, I mean, that's draining liquidity from a lot of like if you're short on crypto during the last week, that's oh, what's up, Clay bro? Oh, here we go. Clay bro, I'm gonna shoot you a link, buddy. Let's see. I think we're gonna get TMI on for a little bit too. What is the share count? We don't no, stop. SCB for the record, I watch every single one of your videos. Yes, the reason I asked because you've been on it here recently, but I understand now. Let's get to 95% plus. All right, awesome, Eric. Eric. For the record, you're much more likable. You're a much more likable Ben Shapiro. All right, cool. Take it. I'll take it. All right, we got 15 minutes till power half hour 2. Let's get it going, guys. My hunch on the shorts potential strategy would be to let the stock go up a little medium amount, as in high single digit percent, then hammer the F out of it by late morning, early afternoon for max fear. Burhi, I think that's a very, very probable, possible outcome. Not probable, possible. Oh, awesome, Clay, bro. I just shot you the link. So just pop in when you get a chance. Remember when there was no toilet paper on the shelves and the people who had it set the price? Yeah, exactly. Ape Nation, let's get this man some more thumbs up. Thank you guys. You guys are crushing it with all the likes tonight too. Oh man. Yeah. I love how Matt has the courage to go on TV. So many people probably want. Okay, we're not gonna say that. I get so pumped when AMC dips and it gets eaten up and runs up into the green. Oh, I love what like the dips below 30 this week, and then it would just run right back up. Were just comical. It was like, oh, good try, guys. Better luck next time. I bet ST. Oh, oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. I think we need a new question to vote on that has a couple of months before it expires. I think simply seeing the number rise every day would just be huge motivation for everyone. Yeah. STV, did you vote? Of course I did. Oh, well, you guys are throwing out some power half hour comments, and it's 15 minutes before power half hour. You guys are a little premature on that one today. Why? Okay. Mr. Fishing says he's never been to an AMC theater. You're missing out, man. You are missing out. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst is the saying I use. Tyler Henry, thank you so much for that super chat, man. Thanks to all you guys who've been sending those in. Again, you guys don't have to do that, but thank you so much. Tyler, you didn't drop a question. If you do have a question, I'll be on the lookout for it in the chat. Oh, God. I sent the link to, I just sent the link to Clay, bro. He'll pop on when he can. I think we're going to get TMI on here in a bit, too. Let's see. Let's see. When the squeeze is done, AMC needs to show Planet of the Apes at every theater. Oscar, I would prefer them to show the Apes Together Strong documentary. What was your serious question? If AMC starts showing NFL games, I will go. Interesting. I think they've also said that they are trying to get into sports. I did not vote. Does that make me a bad ape? I was reluctant to share my accounts. No, it does not. I think with the research that's been done, especially by Sean did an awesome job spreading this on Twitter. That you can disable the two-factor, you can sign up, then change your password, turn it back on, and you're all good. So if you were worried, you probably should have done some more research into it. But at the same time, if you didn't vote, you didn't vote. It's in the past. I voted all my synthetic shares. There you go. How did the UFC fights go last night? I have not heard anything, but at the same time, it wasn't as big of a fight as the McGregor-Poirier one. And at the same time, we as a community were more focused on the save vote than the UFC fight. I bought the annual membership thingy and haven't been to a theater yet this year. Baby makes it hard. Yeah. Oh ho ho. Look who we have in the chat. Everybody drop some masks in the chat for TMI. Looks like we're going to get TMI and Claybro on for Power Half Hour.
Oh, it never connects.
What's up, buddy?
You see me?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't understand why this stuff never works with my headphones. It always comes through the phone.
Every single time you got that issue.
Yeah, I don't understand what it is. You know what it is? Like, am I clicking something wrong?
Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, but if I get my,
I mean, I've never used it on my phone, so I don't know.
I don't know how to use it on my computer. I just click it on the phone.
How was your weekend, man?
I can turn the volume up as much as possible. All right, dude. I don't know why it's not connected. My headphones are connected, whatever. I'll just listen. I'll just listen up.
How was your weekend?
Dude, good weekend. Good weekend. Spent the afternoon over at my grandpa's house today. My mom's got some friends in from New Jersey, so I went over there, hung out for a while. And check it out, man. Found my old lava lamp over at my grandpa's house.
There you go. All the chipmunks are gonna love that one.
Dude, you know what? The chipmunk hasn't been in my house for like 4 days, and I'm getting a little bit concerned that he doesn't like me anymore.
He's ghosting you, man.
He is, man. I got some seeds that are sitting right on the steps of the patio, and he walks right by it. I think he's like full or something.
Darn.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't want to deal with me anymore. I don't know why. All right, okay, now I can see.
There's two of them. There's a couple of them though.
The chipmunks.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Yeah, well, let's see. There's 2 for sure. There's 3 total, but there's 2 for sure that have come in the house. Littletail and Chipro is what they call them. And Littletail, he likes to hang out on the front side of the house. Chipro likes to hang out on the back side of the house because he doesn't let any other chipmunks near him. And it's just, I don't know. I haven't seen Littletail in a long time.
You're having some relationship issues over there.
I'm telling you, man, it's difficult. You gotta.
Oh, totally not. The FBI says, hey, don't avoid my sensual comment / question. TMI or Clay won't dress down like I would. I'll even wear my tuxedo banana hammock. Totally not the FBI. Thank you, man. You pumped for earnings tomorrow, man?
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. I think it's going to be good, man. I gotta see if I can get the
I'm excited. I think it's just going to be a crazy day all around.
Yeah, I don't think earnings are going to affect the price too much, at least fundamentally. I mean, I think AMC is looking good, but I'm excited to see what goes on during that call, how Adam Heron takes it, how he handles the questions. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, the call is going to be nuts.
Hey, you don't know if, like, are you guys doing like a group call during that, or is everybody? Because I know everybody's gonna want to stream it, so I just didn't know if everybody was gonna be doing their own thing.
I'm not streaming it, but I think TMI will be because he's always on in the after hours.
Okay, but you're not gonna be. Are you gonna be jumping on his stream?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that because I'm sure everybody's gonna be trying to stream it.
Yeah, everybody's gonna want, but then I'll do my. I think depending on the day tomorrow, I'll probably just do. I might not do a video, but I'll do an extended night stream. So I'll just start it earlier. So like after the call, we'll do like a post earnings breakdown.
Nice. Oh, we got here. Yeah, future most. Eric's in the chat. Okay, STV and Clay, bro. I've been waiting for this. Clay trying to convince STV there's no synthetics, and STV convinced Clay there are synthetics. Go. Dude, listen, man. I don't think we need to convince each other either way, man. Because, look, I know what I think. STV clearly thinks maybe something different. But, dude, at the end of the day, and STV knows this, we both want the short squeeze to happen.
Right.
Regardless of how many shorts or how many negative shorts I think are out there, how many he thinks are out there, we got one goal in mind, guys.
Exactly.
And that is to squeeze AMC as high as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And make as much money as possible along the way, dude. We're going to be so stinking rich. It's ridiculous.
Oh, my. Everyone's in here tonight. Sean says, just wanted to throw this out there by my math remaining shareholders at 4.1 million only need under 60 shares each for the whole float to be owned. Kringle's in here. And then Sean says, refresh my memory. How many shares did Adam Aaron say on average the shareholder owned again? It was 120. And then going back to the synthetic thing, since there's no way to prove it, like it's hard to come out and say like, yes, there are.
Oh,
do I think it's like entirely possible that there's like a crazy amount of synthetics? Yeah, for sure. But like, dude, I
lean a little bit more conservative on that approach. I'd say, I'm just playing with it. The FTDs, and you're strictly going to find naked shorts with the amount of FTDs that are out there and on that. But, dude, I'm excited for the fact, and a lot of people, I don't know where all the synthetic talk started either, but a lot of people think that we need them. Dude, they're like icing on the cake if we've got them. But we can squeeze the stock without the synthetics too.
Whoa. We're not squeezing it. We're just buying people bought and hold
Dude,
on their
the
own.
stock
And then,
can't. Yeah, the stock can squeeze without the synthetics out there.
yes,
You don't need them.
right. Well, think about Volkswagen. Like that was just a pure short
Yeah,
squeeze when they just came out and said they owned everything.
and as long as
Like
people
Porsche came
hold
out
it,
and was like,
yeah,
"Oh yeah, we own a significant amount."
yeah, as long as you hold it, man, and you're not willing to take 30, 40, 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, 1,000 a share, it goes higher when they need to cover.
Right. That's the whole thing. They need to buy the shares back. It doesn't necessarily matter how many they have to do because we know the short interest is most likely higher than 16 due to them not having to like report their shorts.
True.
So even if it's like, I don't know, 20, 25, 30, even 40, that is still massive.
Oh, it's beautiful, dude. That'll be beautiful.
111 Mr. Simon says there are no synthetic shares if the SEC doesn't do anything.
Well, I don't know how easy Fidelity is or not, but either way.
Do you think the top questions on the vote will have a bigger impact than the actual earnings? I didn't send my question. Not really. I mean, we kind of already understand the dividend one. They're probably, if they're working on something with GameStop, they're not going to be able to just come out and tell us directly, unless that is a part of their earnings call. Kringle says short sellers will be getting divorced because they failed to deliver. Kringle always comes in the chat with the most hilarious comments.
What's up, Arnold? Water. Oh, you gotta look at this, dude. This is my mom. I told you I went over to my mom's house today. She gets me this, dude. She hears us call ourselves apes all the time, right? Mm-hmm. So I go over there and she's got me this little. I don't know how well you guys can see it there.
Yeah,
it's pretty small. This little monkey king or whatever the heck he is, man. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. Like, keep it in the background somewhere? Or?
You could, yeah. You could put that like on like in the background of your stream.
I don't even know what to do with this guy. Little monkey king. I don't know. What's up, Junior? How you doing, man?
How late you normally utilization stream? Will be pretty high this week. I think it's going to drop Monday and up again on Tuesday. Just because of the price action and what we saw. Like typically when we see the stock go up, there's a net return. And if the stock goes down, there's a net borrow. And that affects the utilization. Claybro, did the squirrel, it was the chipmunk. Did the chipmunk leave you because you stopped letting him play? Oh. Gio.
You know what? That may have been it. I didn't intentionally do that. I had to tell him to calm down a couple times, but no, dude, I don't know. I think it's been really hot here in Ohio. So I don't know if he's just trying to chill out in the trees or what he's doing, but he hasn't been around that much.
Yeah. Ooh, Kringle. Just FYI, lots of FUD about odd lots on Reddit or Twitter. So Kringle, odd lots legit or odd lots not legit? Because if you send them directly to the exchange, it shouldn't matter. Like, I haven't taken a deep enough look into it. Have you, Clay?
No. About odd lots and round lots?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Sean says, bottom line, we keep buying and holding. We keep getting paid and buying more in the next couple of months. If it doesn't squeeze, I will increase to 6,000 shares.
Nice,
there you go, Sean.
Nice, man.
Uh-oh, another special guest in the building. Everybody, hold on. Before we bring the special guest on, I just want everybody to know, before we do this, that everything is about to go wild. And there's going to be comments thrown around, and the chat is going to go awry because it is also 2 minutes till power hour.
Ooh.
But here he is.
Let's go.
What's up, buddy?
It's not me. It's not me. It's never
it
me.
Is you.
I know it's gonna happen. You guys are gonna start eating bananas like a bunch of wild men, and then you guys are gonna say, "Oh, it's TMI's fault that you guys started eating bananas 2 at a time." No, it's not TMI's fault.
Oh man, I do have some bananas, man. I could eat a banana, but I was getting ready for bed, dude. And Short the Vix is like, "Yo, man, you want to jump on the stream for a minute?" I'm like, All right, sure.
Nice. What's going on? How are you guys doing?
Not
Good,
much,
man.
man. How'd you play?
Not bad. I actually parred up a few holes today, which is odd. Very odd. So we're
Did you
feeling
have
it.
the
We're
lefts?
feeling it. Did I what?
Did you have the lefts?
Twice.
Okay, that's not bad.
Twice. Yeah. So it got to 16. Didn't go all the full thing, but not bad. Not bad.
Okay.
Came back to Twitter is just Twitter's a hot mess, man. I don't
I
know.
haven't been on Twitter since I hopped
Don't
on stream.
just wait till Monday. Like I
Dude,
got back.
Twitter scares me sometimes, man.
Clay,
Oh
what'd you
man,
do?
it's consuming.
Twitter scares me. I can't go on Reddit anymore. Reddit is just terrifying. It's a lot.
TMI. The avocados are back.
No. Let me tell you guys where you guys can put those
Hey, what's up with the
avocados.
avocados? I don't know the avocados.
I don't know either. They just happen.
Okay, so let
They
me
just
let me
happen.
let me give it to you short and sweet, right? If you're gonna think about a tasty fruit, can you please name your favorite fruit?
Name my favorite fruit?
Yeah,
Raspberries.
done. Now, what makes raspberries your favorite fruit?
Oh, jeez, dude. I don't know
No, not
how
deep, not deep.
delicious
No.
they are in my mouth. Like,
Okay, there you go. Well, you didn't have to say it like that, but okay, there you go. Right. So put it this way: there's raspberry flavored slushies. There's raspberry flavored alcohol. There's raspberries in dessert. There's raspberry cheesecake. Have you ever had avocado cheesecake? Have you ever had an avocado smoothie? I don't understand how people can put avocado as their favorite fruit. It makes zero sense to me. Zero sense to me.
oh, dude, I don't know. Somebody said an avocado was their favorite fruit.
Just
I'm
wait
not
for the
allergic to them. I love guac, dude.
wait for the live
Dude,
chat.
I love guac too. There's a big difference. I wouldn't even classify an avocado as a fruit. Like thinking,
You know what?
oh yeah,
I'm changing my Twitter profile right now, saying I'm short on avocados.
You better not. People are gonna get mad that you say you're short something. You're gonna be
Hey,
the
you
drama
probably
for
should
next
short
weekend.
avocados though, because they're like $5 a piece here right now, and they got to come down in price.
Oh, it's inflation, man. Oh, totally
Yeah,
not
go
the
short those
FBI.
avocados. You'd be doing
CTMI
fine.
isn't wearing his banana hammock. All I'm saying is y'all need the avocado banana hammock and the one non-crusty tube sock I would have on. Totally not the FBI. I'll think about it.
Who has one crusty tube sock? What time is it? It's 9:30.
No, the one that it's 1 minute in. You're good to go.
If you have one crusty tube
gosh.
sock, you might as well just double down and get two. Like because you already got one that's just gonna be loose out there somewhere. All right. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Sean,
Sean says if AMC starts squeezing tomorrow, I might be able to afford to bribe my wife's boyfriend to get a new girlfriend. Nah, see, I don't think you would want that though, because then you get some like alone time.
Yeah, then if you get
kiwis. Okay, you don't think of kiwis too often either, though, Mr. Fishing.
Mr. Fishing says kiwis. See, kiwis I have a little more respect for.
Kiwis, dude, I'm not sure if I'm allergic to kiwis though. Like, I can eat a kiwi, and I just feel like I got hair in my throat or something. Like,
you're gonna have a lot of millennial
like
Karens come ask to see your manager. Wait, why are they gonna come ask to see our manager?
Oh, I don't have a manager, so you're gonna have to talk to me.
Yeah, I am the manager. Just to spin in a circle. Okay, manager speaking.
Oh, Kringle says odd lots equals used to piss off brokers back since the 80s because it's more expensive to fill orders. Classic misdirection to blame on poor investors. They're still printed to the tape. All right, Kringle, thank you. So okay. Well, let's talk about that though, because I've heard a lot of people asking questions about the odd lot stuff, and I have not gotten a chance.
I saw AMC. I saw. Let me send you the post. I saw a post about that so and so sent me.
Oh boy, Sean says, nah, man. Then you bribe your wife to get us a girlfriend. Oh, he's playing the long game.
Hey, TMI, you don't know how to get the sound on this thing to come through my headphones, do you? If I'm using my phone?
Yeah, so click on settings.
Yeah, but if I'm using my phone, right?
Yeah, you should still have settings.
Okay, I got it, settings.
And then do you have the output input?
Audio output.
Yeah,
It just says default.
Output. No, so hit default. hit the actual like word, and then a menu should pop up.
Okay, if I get if audio input, headset earpiece. Headset
There you go.
earpiece or Bluetooth headset?
That's it. So it has to be input and output.
Interesting.
All I got for output is the bulk.
Ooh.
No other options?
No, not for output.
Damn.
Only
Maybe
input.
your headphones aren't turned on. Are they turned on?
Yeah, because I was listening to them before I joined in.
Interesting. I don't know why that
Audio
is.
input works.
Maybe it's the plug-in phones.
I don't know. Yeah, it never works.
Have you guys heard of this AMC 9024 thing? We just got a super asking about that.
AMC.
Dude, I'm the last one to hear about anything.
AMC 9024.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of questions about this. I thought I saw it. It's like Whale Capital something, I think, put it out. Let me look. I'll just look it up.
Okay, I'm trying to look it up right now. Whale Capital on Twitter, that account?
Yeah, let me look.
Whale Capital.
Nice, Sean.
I'm trying to. What is? Somebody send me the tweet. I'm just like running through this dude's tweets right now, and I've.
11 Mr. Simon. Heck yeah.
What does Restream mean? It's just the software that we use to stream. This is live though.
It is super easy to join in this, man. The Restream is super easy. And I can scroll down, dude. I can see all the YouTube chat down here. I can see me. Like, I can see your screen on this. It's nicer than some of the other apps.
Definitely.
I don't know how to use Restream, but.
Sean says, where is it? My wife is freaking amazing. I don't get all the wife hate. I get the joke, but I couldn't even joke. Must be nice, Sean. Sadness. Kringle says odd lots orders have to be traded in the NBBO, although they are not protected under it like insurance. Interesting. Kringle, how about for tomorrow night's stream? You want to come on and we can talk about that? Because I just haven't taken a look at it. I've seen people talking about it. I like skimmed through the DD, but let's if you're free.
And what's talking about the odds? What's it called?
The odd lot stuff.
I think there was a DD that just debunked it from Bigham's.
Yeah.
Freddie G. It's true, man. I'm listening so hard to it's like a phone call right now. The phone call is not on speakerphone. That's how well I can hear these guys.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Yeah, dude. Like a phone call not on speakerphone but full volume.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't Whale Capital then. Yeah, Clay, you always have issues. You'll like every single time when you like come in and I click you on, you're always, I know what you're gonna say. You're like, oh, it's not coming out.
Dude, yeah. I don't know why it's like that though. Captain Brian, man, I don't know. You might want to ask these guys a little bit more about the synthetic shares. I'm not 100% on board with the synthetics, but yeah, dude, if they find out and they prove all these synthetics, they're definitely gonna have to be covered.
RMA Studio says, I'm 6'2", I'm not that tall. I'm 22, I'm not that young. Dude, you are very young and really tall. I'm going to take the other side of that and say that I feel old and I don't think I'm very tall.
Dude, first of all, you are tall. I'm going to side with this dude on this one. You are tall. 6'2" is tall. And second of all, you I don't know how old TMI is, but you're 22? That is young, dude. 22 is young.
TMI is like 65.
He might be. He might. Nobody knows how old TMI is.
I'm listening. I'm just trying to figure out what this whole AMC 90210 is.
90210, I like it. That's a new show, man.
Actually, that could be a new show. It's like CSI, whatever.
I'd watch
CSI
it.
Miami. Exactly.
Somebody needs to start that. Somebody lives out in California. 90210. If there's an AMC in that area code.
Oh, that would be pretty cool.
On Twitter, man. Twitter and TikTok, all those places. Make it happen.
Sean says she stood by me when I was making tendies, unemployed, poor, through school, and now making tendies in AMC. Sean, congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Nice. Sean's a good dude. Sean hangs out on my stream sometimes. I like Sean.
We were gonna do relationship advice. During
That's
Power Half Hour
hilarious.
today too.
Check out Kringle. Check out Kringle.
Check out what?
Kringle.
What did Kringle say? Drinking absinthe, so I'll feel the kick. And dude, I've had absinthe before, but like I've never.
No. You haven't had the same one from Europe though.
Dude, I have no
absinthe-
idea.
Yeah,
what
no,
that
I
is.
have. It was from like because it was when the internationals were there, so they just like had it.
But did they buy in the US or they bring it over? If you buy it in the US, it doesn't have the hallucinogenics in it.
Interesting. Okay, so maybe it wasn't. It literally just tasted like Jaeger. I was like, I don't really want to be doing this right now.
Yeah, I've had it in Europe. I want to say it was France. And hit the first shot, absolutely nothing. You hit the second shot, wait an hour, and then you are freaking feeling it. It is a kick, like he described it.
Interesting.
Well,
you know Peter Pan, like Tinkerbell.
Is that episode of New Girl. That's it. It's the only reason I even know what that stuff is.
Oh, episode of New Girl. That's hilarious. That's good. That's good.
The only reason I know what you guys are talking about right now.
Chris Burton's like, I like Jaeger.
Chris Burton, you're a psycho.
Oh, don't start with Chris. He'll come back at you now.
Nice, Sean.
It's Power Half Hour. He's free. He's free reign. Oh, Pushin's not in here tonight.
Who?
Pushin.
Pushing
PWP.
Power?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Good.
Wait, do you know him?
Well, I mean, not personally, but
Not okay, yeah. I just didn't know if that was like the guess or that was just you actually know him as a mod. Yeah. Pretty dope.
yeah.
Pretty dope. Let me see here.
Yeah, you guys are crazy. Okay. Bunch of Joe Rogans in the chat tonight.
whoa. Hey, be careful now. YouTube's on their crazy stuff.
I know. I didn't see
looking
Google. I asked Google very nicely in like the middle of the stream. I was like, please. I didn't do nothing.
Please do not take away my
God.
channel. What happened?
Nice.
Totally not
the
TBI
FBI.
says 22
I like
is
it,
too
man.
young for my tube sock. So TMI will get my gently used banana hammock mask and Clay will get my tube sock. Clay New Girl is legit. We just became BFFs. Totally not the FBI. Thank you so much for another super.
Heck yeah, it's not FBI.
Lovely to see the leprechaun.
Your penny
we're
is
gonna
free.
Take a look at
Ooh.
AMC 9024 at some point. I think this
Dude,
is the
they might
most
just be
best
playing a
round
joke on
Power
us.
Half Hour.
Does it exist?
What's that?
It's
9024.
9024.
I don't know what it is.
I think
Right.
is it just a specific AMC or something? Like what?
I
have
don't
no
know what
idea.
you're talking about. Somebody send it to me. Like, just DM it to me, TMI or Clay.
Nice. Thank you very much.
I've seen no requests. Like, you guys keep bringing it up, and then it's just like, oh, now it just.
That's
feels
why I
like
think.
you
Yeah,
guys
I think
are
they're messing with
You're
us.
just
Dude.
saying AMC and then a bunch of random numbers, and then nobody's helping. There's like, oh, have you heard about this? And then it's just like, oh no.
Have we heard about it? No, man. Maybe you guys haven't heard about it either.
Look it up now. Oh, I'm trying. STV. No, I can't answer that because I don't know the answer. All right. Look it up now. Let's see. Is it a Reddit thing? Like, I'm just confused on what it is. Is that supposed to be the price target? I don't know.
That'd be a good price tag. I'd like it. You can get on board with that.
Let's see.
That's is it a price target? I don't know. New York Angelo posted something about AMC in the 9000s, but I don't know if it was 9024.
AMC 0924 is being traded on Sundays, borrowed and returned shares. Okay, that does. Okay, what?
First things first. What's going on with Claybo's screen?
My screen?
He's got a lava lamp.
Oh, I'm just not seeing it right now. It looks crazy for me. I should screenshot this. I'll show you what it looks like.
Does it look normal for you?
I see it perfectly normal.
This looks
Hey, you
wild.
talking about like
Main
the
Street
wood
Capital? Oh, okay. Thank you so much for that super. It's Main Street Capital has all the DD on 9024. I thought it was Whale. Okay.
Main Street Capital. Okay. With the street signs. August 3rd, 4 hours ago.
Street Capital. What's the?
That's the vote that was done. The vote time finished now, right?
Yeah, voting's done now.
Because 24 hours before the call. Is there a link for the call yet?
No, but it's at 5.
Eric.
Right, TMI right here. AMC earnings call 5 p.m.
Okay, so you just need to get that link. Where's that link?
We'll be able to find it. It'll probably be like on their
It'll pop
website.
up. Yeah. Let's see here.
Eric says this is boring. Eric, you can go then.
Nice.
Not Eric Bissell, other Eric, just Eric.
Right.
Just Eric. Listen here, just Eric. You know it's boring? It's really
Yo,
really
Eric,
works
I'm
better when you
feeling-
hear a
I'm feeling
response.
wild tonight.
Uh oh. I know it's in the cup.
Water.
No, that's funny because that's what he said. People always say that is actually very accurate. You didn't
It's
lie.
always in my cup, man. I'm
Yep.
so thirsty right now. I just want some water. That's why I said it.
Are you thirsty for water or are you thirsty for something else?
Water.
I told you it's always you.
Just checking. Hey, I'm just checking to make sure. I'm just temperature check. You never know. It's difficult to figure these
Water.
things out through screens.
Somebody said this is lit. I mean, depends on what your definition of lit is. Your mom is boring.
Oh.
Well, thank you, Moo. That one
Chris. Which
Wait, Moo
character
said that?
from that movie, man?
Moose said your
Which
mom's boring?
character?
Remember that movie, Something About
Damn.
Mary? Oh, fun fact. I think. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
Sarah
man.
said she sent pictures. Okay, I trust you. My. Oh wow. I was already
Huh?
looking at your pictures. Sarah, you sent me pictures saying that you got kicked out of. Ooh, I don't know if you want me to say this publicly. Let me just read this first.
You guys are crazy, man. So you guys are crazy in the chat. I love it.
I'm thirsty for those tasty hedgy tears. I still have to write hedgy tears on this new gallon. I haven't done that yet. So then every stream going forward can then be sponsored by hedgy tears.
Okay,
Nice.
Sarah, you didn't send me anything to do with this. You sent me something to do with something else. This is Wall Street Bets. What's going on with Wall Street Bets?
Yeah, probably nothing good.
She was banned off Wall
Somebody
Street
said
Bets.
something about that earlier. I didn't see what they said, though.
Oh God.
Are they asking for people's information on Wall Street Bets?
No. Did they get hacked again?
I
Yeah.
think it is, Chris. I think it has to be, dude. It has to be.
Data Zero. No, Data Zero. I didn't say your mom. I was reading a chat from earlier. Don't talk about Eric's mom. I wasn't. It was a chat.
Wow,
read
Short
it.
the Vix. No, he told me. Short the Vix is like, yo, watch this. And then he just started going off. No, I saw it. Okay, but why were you banned on both accounts? What were you trying to say that they banned you on those accounts? Because Wall Street, Reddit has been tapped a long time ago, but I'm just trying to figure out like what are they trying to hide, in your opinion?
Oh, you guys are making something about Mary jokes right now. That one scene just makes me extra careful every single time. You seen that movie, TMI?
What the
Hold up. You have to know the scene. Have you seen the movie?
No, have you seen your comments?
Yeah, no, that's you. Yeah, exactly. You have to see the movie to understand.
No, I've seen it. I've seen the movie several times before. I haven't seen it in like
Which scene are you talking about?
a minute.
When the fireman is like, and everybody comes into the bathroom. That one.
Oh, thank God.
It's like prom night.
That's not why I thought you were talking about a different one.
Oh,
The
no,
zip
no,
up scene?
The hair gel scenes. I thought you were talking about.
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
that one's bad.
I was like, what is this you talking about right now, man? Oh, God.
What's the say count? Last we checked, it was 67 something. Yeah, 67.9 with 63,600 votes. Not bad, guys. We did good.
Wait, what's the final? Sorry, what's the final total?
Let's see. 67.9 million shares with 63,600 votes. That's not bad.
Oh, man.
Sean says, Sean, thank you for all these super chats, man. After squeeze, I'm just gonna grab. Oh God, I'm gonna grab Gabe up and drag him to Thailand for alcohol and poor life choices.
Oh, trust me, I don't think you have to grab him. Just let him know
Yeah, I
you're
think
going.
you'll
He'll
just
follow
be like,
you.
"Hey, Gabe, we're going." And he'll be like, "All
Let's
right."
go. Gabe, yeah, he'll be on board.
Yeah.
Down, 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 down.
Let's see.
Is it 63K a disappointing number in your opinion? I thought it would be higher on the Q&A for tomorrow. I think it's two factors. One is I think we only had to have over 1% vote, which we did. That's north of 1.5% of the retail investors and more than 1% of the total shareholders. And then we had more than 1% of the shares also, which was very important. So, having what's the total percentage? I want to say like 11%,
Probably
if
like
not
1.5. Oh,
what?
in terms of like
Shares. Yeah.
Little over 10.
Yeah, it's probably like maybe 10.2543 to infinity.
Get exact.
Yeah, exactly. But like having that many shares was my main takeaway. Ideally, 100,000 people would be better. Like I'm sure there are 100,000 people that are able to vote that just did not.
Yeah.
But it also lets me know. To me, it's a how do I say this? It's a measure of how much of an effect all of these different people on social media have in the communities. We think it's more than it actually is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's been on every single platform, and it's like if people just don't want to do something, they just don't want to do it, which is
Right.
it's interesting because people just don't want to sell. You know what I mean? Like it's like if people make up their minds, they just make up their minds. It's difficult to change it, which is it sucks for this, but it's great for the movement.
Oh yeah, dude. If they're not going to sell, they're not going to sell. So that's
it.
That's what we need to
Yeah.
go.
At least we know if they make up their mind, all right, they're going to stick with it. It gives me confidence.
Right.
So the AMC like 09, whatever it is, it looks like it's like futures.
What,
Very
September
weird.
24th futures?
Yeah, very strange.
Sorry,
Jamila
wait.
says, "Hey fellas, love the video. Say, would y'all have a big group chat during the call with Matt, Keenan, Review Dork, etc.? Best of all worlds. Love you guys. What's the plan for tomorrow?"
Don't really have much of a plan tomorrow for the earnings call, and it's chances are that would never happen, and it's not because it would like there's a much better way to collaborate to create content, but in regards to having several people on with different platforms to just listen to somebody else speak, it's tough, right? Because we're just gonna be quiet. Like when the call starts, I'm gonna be quiet, listening to the call, not saying anything for like 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like having 10 different people all on the call just to not talk is gonna be tough.
Right.
But definitely we can. Short the Vix and I are working on something where we can definitely get several people on together.
Yeah, I went to the store today and picked up the 2 things I needed to get just in case of which way we go.
Oh, the double-sided.
Yeah, I think one of them is going to be just consumed regardless.
Oh, like how deep?
Oh God.
Well, that's a weird. I just heard a blue bloop. Oh, there he is. What's up, buddy?
Nice.
What's
Yo,
going on, my guy?
What's up, Rogue?
join for like 20 minutes. my computer sucks. Yeah,
How's your
All
weekend
right,
been,
Sean.
man?
See you in the morning, Sean. Take care,
it's been
buddy.
good. It's been good. Chilling. Today was just a chill day. How you guys been?
Good.
Pretty
Good,
solid.
man. Good. Getting ready for
Ooh,
tomorrow.
what should we get trending tomorrow?
All right, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's get this stuff started first thing. First. Actually, look who we have online with us, Rogue. What should we get trending tomorrow? You've done this a few times over. What's the plan here, buddy?
I mean, let's
is-
just
this
keep
is your
it basic.
All right,
Hashtag
hit us.
AMC.
All right,
That's
so you
it.
get AMC training tomorrow.
Or
Yeah, I mean,
AMC earnings?
That could be a good one. Hashtag AMC. I don't know. They come back to me. We'll think about
Ooh.
something.
And you know what? Maybe AMC squeeze tomorrow.
That would be a good one. Or just
Rogue.
AMC
Nah,
earnings.
that's
Like
that's
AMC
not-
earnings, I feel like would be
Bro,
so
you're
easy
joking
because
right
everybody would hop on that right away.
Oh,
Let's see here.
Sean says he has to go to an options trading class. He doesn't know if he'll be around for earnings call. Sean, why do you have to go to an options trading class? They have
hashtag AMC
That's
call.
kinda cool.
How about that?
What was it, Rogue?
Hashtag AMC call. Super short to the point. You can say no. I mean,
I like AMC earnings.
All right, AMC earnings.
I'm
I
looking
mean
at
that one makes sense. It makes sense.
That makes
Hashtag
sense. Yes, it does.
fundamentals.
It makes sense.
No, hashtag fundamentals. Let's get that trending.
Oh, that would be good. Hashtag AMC share count. That's a good one, Melissa.
Ooh, if we're gonna go out there, let's double down on what she said.
Hashtag AMC Timothy B.
No, we can't use AMC Day. That one got us bad.
No, hashtag AMC share recount. Just get that trending.
Hashtag AMC Tim B.
Tim B.
Tim B.
It's your day, man. It's your
Oh,
day.
we had somebody in the chat earlier named Timmy B, and everybody freaked out and thought he was the real Timothy B, and he was like, it's not me, guys.
Nice.
Totally not the FBI says. You can't keep adding people. I only have one banana hammock and one tube sock. Come on now. Hashtag
Oh, the
AMC
futures
rusty
are
stock.
down.
What is going on?
Dow futures are down. S&P's down. Nasdaq oil's down. Whoa, hold on.
Gold and silver took a beating on Friday.
Yo, what is going on with gold?
I gotta look at that, dude, because that should not be happening right now.
That makes no sense to me. Actually, you know who we should speak to about that?
Well, we can do it tomorrow during
Yeah.
Sean says, gotta go because I fundraise my AMC shares with tendies from scalps and selling puts. Oh, gotcha. Is it like an in-person class or like an online class? That would be pretty cool.
Honestly, when this thing is done, it's gonna be a freaking wild ride. Oh my gosh.
After the squeeze?
Oh my goodness. Yes. Because it's just like, if you just think about this, when is the last time in your life that you spent this much just studying your craft?
Mm-hmm.
Like, when's the last time in your life you spent, like, the last 6 months to me has been nothing but staring at a chart, figuring out where it's going to go next, figuring out research, figuring out what the numbers mean. It's just like, when this squeeze is done and we're all paid and we can all relax, do you know how many times we're going to flip that shit over and over and over in the market? Like, people are like, I don't trust the market. It's like, okay, I get that. I'm not talking about buying and holding again. I'm talking about, trades for like 30 minutes in and out. Like, just make your quick buck and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what do I want to do this weekend? I want to go to the game. Okay, are the Bulls in town? Okay, cool. Give me a second here. Friday morning. There you go. Bulls tickets. Just
We're
like
gonna have
that.
so much more time on our hands.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be fun.
Tyler's asking green or red before earnings tomorrow. I don't know, man. All we really know is that the chart won't go this way. I think is the way to pull it. Hold on. Is this right?
The chart won't go this way.
It won't go that
Or this
way.
way.
It's not gonna
It
go.
won't go
We're going
left.
this
It
way?
won't go left.
Is
This
this
is the
this way
opposite for
correct?
me. Like this is
This
right.
this way.
Like, I'm
Going that way,
pointing
it's going
right
that
to me,
way.
but it's
It's going that
left
way.
for you.
Yeah, this is right too.
Yeah. I'm pointing to the right too,
Yeah,
but
it won't go this
it's
way.
left. Yeah. Yeah. You're onto something.
Did you
All right,
see
you
the
got 1
picture of-
minute left, guys. Say your wildest stuff now that you want to, and then we're gonna close it out for the night.
No, you don't want the wildest stuff, dude. You don't want the wildest
Oh,
stuff.
not you guys, not you guys.
No.
Chat.
Oh man,
I was gonna say I was about to just go through every swear word in the book just now.
this guy's supposed to be put on the list. Hey, if you want to, hey, Short the Vix, don't forget your strategy. You can let Rogue go off.
Oh, what? Wait,
What happened?
I don't
Get
think my
kicked.
strategy was. I think it was to keep
Oh
Rogue
yeah.
not going off. Rolex out of what? And
STVs. Whoa, whoa, hey, oh, whoa,
Oh, whoa.
Hashtag
whoa there.
STVs, STVs.
Oh,
Whoa.
hey, I wasn't gonna say it.
Hey, I laughed while I said it, so you can't really tell me that I
Hey,
said
we're
that, you know?
Oh, Eric says we're still boring. Eric, you know what's boring?
You are. That's why your wife has a girlfriend.
Eric's having a good time, man. He's still here. I like it.
All right, I'm gonna undo
I
that.
know. I
That was
love
mean.
it. I love
Sorry,
it.
Eric. I didn't mean it, but I threatened it. So be careful. All right, guys. Thanks to everybody that came in the stream tonight. We had some fun. We're going to be doing these Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. So if you guys want to come back, you're more than welcome to come and hang out. You guys are
Go
always a good
follow
time.
Short the Vix on Instagram
Yeah.
right now. If you do not follow Short the Vix on
guys.
Instagram, go follow him right now.
Oh yeah,
And on Twitter.
Instagram at ShortTheVix1. It's also pinned to the top. I will follow all of you guys back right now if you go follow me. And then to my, this is Claybro right here.
I think so.
To my
I didn't know
this
where
right
you
here.
going with that
Figure out
one.
which way we're going. Claybro on YouTube, and then is it the same thing on Twitter?
There's an 883 at the end on Twitter. Claybro83.
Claybro83, and then we got TMI over there, the Masked Investor. Masked_investor on Twitter and Instagram. Also, if you guys go follow him on Instagram right now too, he will follow you back.
Yep,
and then
yep.
way over there, we got Rogue the Legacy on YouTube specifically now. He's
Oh my God.
primarily on YouTube, everybody, at Rogue the Legacy, all one word. And then he's also secondarily on Twitter.
Okay.
There you go.
All right,
Thanks,
guys.
Dad.
Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
This is people.
See you guys.
Peace.